3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go. So what's on the table today for the first discussion?
Alright, so we're going to talk about domestic violence, and I also pulled up 12 questions that could reveal the signs if you're in an abusive relationship.
Alright.
So the first sign, first question that you should ask yourself is, has your partner ever physically hurt you, hurt your children, or one of your pets?
Bro, if me as a logical person would think if my girlfriend, or if I was a girl, my husband, my boyfriend, whatever it is, the guy I'm talking to, if I see them, let's just start off with pets, which is the smallest of all. You know, I love dogs. So if I see anybody hurting a dog, or even though animals I don't like a cat, or something else that I'm not a big fan of, dude, if I see somebody hurting an animal, it's like that's instantly a big red flag.
It's a big flag.
This guy's taking joy out of hurting a defenseless animal for no person.
Well, it could go both ways, because a female could just hurt your animals or hurt your children as well, just as much as a man can.
I agree.
Because it goes both ways. Just because I understand that it's mainly men that do domestic violence and abuse on females, but women try to do that and they try to justify it as
and there's a woman. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways.
You should be able to take a smack in the face, or you should be able to take me shoving you. It should never lead up to that, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways for people to. The domestic violence is not just hitting one person.
No, there's abuse, verbal abuse.
Exactly.
I could even tell you, I've been in a situation where I considered it somewhat verbal abuse. You got this one female telling me I wasn't smart, I'm not good enough. I had got that as a big red flag. I had to jump out of that shit, because why am I gonna have someone giving me negativity every single day whenever we're hanging out, or if something bad happens in the day, she doesn't know how to control herself, and it all falls on me. So I'm automatically the dumb one or the stupid one because stuff like this is happening. It's nature. Or
life is shit already, bro. Life is it's hard. Life is hard, and you don't need to be around somebody that's full of all that kind of negativity. You want to come home or go out with somebody that brings some joy to your life, dude. That brings some happiness. You don't want somebody to be around that's like, Jesus Christ, this girl, or Jesus Christ, this guy over here now, he's an asshole.
Or even you just gotta worry about everything you do, everything you say. It's always an issue that you gotta just worry about it. That's something you should
I feel like for that first question, that's an instant red flag. Anybody that's hurting anybody, that's hurting a child, hurting you, or hurting a family member, or hurting a pet, anybody that hurts other people is an instant red flag for some type of domestic violence.
Yeah.
What else we got? We
got here, has your partner said that if you end the relationship, you will never see your children?
Dude, that's a big problem, especially
with wives, girlfriends. If you have a child with them, they always use that ploy.
Yeah, man.
To keep you around, to trap you.
Yeah, to trap you and keep you in control of hey, you gotta do what I say, because if anything happens and we break up, or you want to leave me, you're never gonna see your kid again. And honestly, any person doesn't want to go through that. They don't want to deal with. There's obviously always deadbeat fathers or deadbeat mothers that abandon their kids, but naturally, a normal person never wants to leave their kids behind.
Yeah.
You imagine being threatened with, you can't see your kids because if you leave me, you'll never see my kids.
I'll never leave that person because
you'll feel stuck there forever.
Yeah, because I want to teach my kid the rights from the wrongs. I want them to understand. But if you got that person that's telling you, if we break up, you're never gonna see your kids again, that's a messed up thing. That's a kind of fucked up, man.
It's super fucked up. You're being held against your own will to. This is a bad situation. All right, this person is not for me. We got together, we had kids. Mistakes happen. I thought she was somebody, but she's somebody else, or I thought he was somebody and he's somebody else, and that spouse of yours is threatening you with, you're never gonna see your kids. Yeah. You're like, damn, this situation really sucks, and this is shit, and I hate being here, and I hate my life, but I love my children, so I'm gonna suck it up. And those are the kind of people that either they lead to do crazy things where they end up killing the spouse,
or killing
poisoning
themselves.
them, or worse, or even worse, besides just killing somebody else, that's already bad in general. It's just it leads to a life of depression because you spend the rest of your life there and you're like, man, I've wasted my life. You only get one, and you waste your entire life with the one person that is threatening you and treating you like shit, and then you end up being 40, 50 years old and you're like, what have I done with my life? My kids are grown now, you know, they don't need me as much as they did when I was a kid, when they were kids.
Yeah.
So now they're grown.
It's like
boom, they
from
kill
there's a question that even comes down to has your partner threatened to kill you or themselves if they say you want to end the relationship? It falls under that as well.
That's crazy, bro. It's wild that people, that girls do that. If you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself.
Actually, I had a situation like that. I'd say right after high school, I hooked up with this one girl, and I completely just left her off. But she'd text me and tell me, Randy, if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna cut myself. So I caught myself going back at her because I don't want to be the reason for someone killing themselves, because I'm not
responsible.
I feel responsible, but it's like I told her, I'm not the best man out there. There's a lot of plenty fish in the sea for you to be happy with. I'm just one person. I could be a total asshole. I could be a total dick, but you're still trying to bring me into a situation that I don't want to get into, and then you telling me all this definitely doesn't want me to go back, man. Of course not. Dude, it's a stressful situation because you got to worry about this person's life. You know, I'm still friends with this girl today, but I'm still worried about trying to proceed anything with this girl because she's a cool girl and everything.
But you got to be careful every time.
But you got to be careful around her because anything could happen. You know, I break up with her because we don't see eye to things.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna tell me, I'm gonna kill myself if you're not with me. You know,
dude,
it's tough.
It's a stressful life because you're trying to get out of this bad relationship. You're trying to figure out your life. You're trying to do all these things, and then every once in a while you get these text messages like, "Hey, come back! I'm gonna kill myself." Oh, look, or they actually cut themselves and they send you a picture. Hey, look, I cut myself. Look what you're doing to me. And then you're like, "What the hell, bro?" These are the kind of people that eventually, you know, unfortunately, if they actually go through it and they kill themselves, they might leave behind a suicide note. Blaming you. You're the blaming reason. That you're the reason for their depression. Yeah. That you mistreated them. That you did this, and this person is dead now. There's no argument to have there. There's no proof that you didn't do those things, and you're like, wait a minute. Now you left me here with a shit situation. Yeah. Police are interrogating me, thinking I killed you or I'm responsible for your death, and it's all bullshit.
Well, there's a case that I just not recently, but I just remembered it. This guy, he was in a relationship with a girl and he wanted to commit suicide, and she was telling him, do it.
I saw that.
It's gonna be best for you because just do it. Now she actually got released.
Dude, how crazy is that, bro?
Before the 2 months that she was supposed to serve to end her time, but she got released on good behavior. Well, good behavior, obviously she's a 20-something-year-old, obviously gonna behave good because
you're not a violent person. You're just telling somebody else to kill themselves.
Just kill yourself. You know, everyone's gonna miss you. It's gonna
be
best.
How much time did that girl get?
Man, tell the truth, I feel like she only served a year, maybe less.
Like something small.
Something small. I think you should serve a lot more because you're basically committing murder.
Yeah, dude,
you're committing murder.
I know. I remember that case, dude. And this kid literally was on the car and he was trying to kill himself by carbon dioxide or monoxide.
And she told him,
and he was like, "Oh, I'm having second thoughts. I'm not gonna do it." And she's like, "No, go ahead, do it. You can do it. End it. Your life sucks. You don't want to do it. You don't want to be part of this."
And that's coming from a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's coming from someone that he thought loved
this was motivating him to do it. He had second thoughts. He didn't think he wanted to end his life after saying he did, after setting everything up, and when he reached out for that lifeline of tell me that I shouldn't do it. This girl literally just told him
that loved you, the one that was gonna be there for you, day in day out. It's telling you, go ahead, your life sucks, man.
Go ahead, do it. Do it. Go ahead. You need to do it. Be a man.
I feel like she wanted the attention of my boyfriend committed suicide. I feel like that's what the angle she wanted.
Oh, of course, because then they come out crying. Oh my God, he killed himself. Bitch, you were motivating him the whole time.
They got the text messages and everything.
There's the text messages. There's the phone calls. Everything
blown up. In court and everything. Now she's getting released on good behavior. Man.
She's guilty, bro. And it's crazy. Not just this is a whole different case, but there was a case a few years ago of basically a mom was cyberbullying another girl that her daughter was having an issue with. So her daughter liked some guy, and this other girl also liked the same guy, and they were having a little thing going in and out. And the mom created a fake profile of the dude or of some dude, started hitting on this girl, and the mom is sending all this information, all these messages. Yeah, you're so beautiful, this and that. You know, romanticizing the girl and making her fall in love, catfishing her. And then at the end of it all, then the dude, you know, turns cold turkey and is like, oh, you're ugly, or you're a piece of shit, you should kill yourself, you're garbage, and just constantly hitting her after making her kind of, you know, fall in love for this guy. Yeah. This guy is then hitting her with all this information of, you should kill yourself, you should kill yourself. Dude, the girl killed herself.
That's crazy.
The girl killed herself.
How much time did the mom serve? Did that mom serve?
I'm not sure how much the mom served, but that's crazy.
That's crazy.
This is an adult doing that to a kid, and you know that's not domestic violence, but it shows you how quick somebody can fall into a trap where by just being told you're a piece of shit by somebody you think cares about you. Yeah. You're a piece of shit. You're garbage. You're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that. It can lead you to this depression where you actually go and kill yourself.
Of course, yeah.
So imagine in a domestic violence case where it's your wife or your husband that you truly love, you have kids with, telling you you're a piece of shit, telling you you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Oh, you're garbage. Oh, you know, you're all these negativity. Yeah. Life is already hard enough, and you come home to this other stuff. Of course, these people are gonna kill themselves.
But listen, when I was a little kid, my sister had a boyfriend. They were on the phone. And me and my sister used to sleep together, and this one guy told me to call my sister trash, and I told him, no man, why do you want me to call my sister trash? You're a trash for telling me that. You're the one treating my sister like trash. No, you're just a ghetto piece of shit. Like, come on, you treat women with respect if you want to be respected the same way. Exactly. Now you want to be all big man, all this, and be verbally abusive. All that starts from verbal abuse. To physical.
Verbal abuse is the fucking gateway to get into a domestic violence.
There's another question here that says, are you nervous or scared around your partner?
That's a big sign there.
That's a big sign.
Like, oh man, I shouldn't do this because I'm gonna get in trouble. My wife's gonna be here or my husband's gonna be here. You guys can't be here right now. You know. We're on the phone. My wife is coming, or my husband's coming. We gotta go. We gotta hang up, and you know, because you're so nervous to have your friends around or have other people that you know, family members and stuff like that.
We could even go with there's something just like that. Question just like that. Are you discouraged from seeing family, friends, or your grandparents either by your partner or because you're worried how your partner will react if they found out? You know, you can't be worrying about that. You gotta live your life. You know, if you want to go hang out with your family, you want to go hang out with your parents.
It's your family.
It's your family.
It's your family.
Why does that person have to tell you?
These people literally created and raised you.
You gotta have the respect enough to tell your partner, hey, I'm hanging out. Not even if they gotta understand that if you're with family, hey, don't give me an attitude, don't give me a problem because I'm with my family. Yeah. You always hang out with your parents, and why can't I? Why can't I spend a little bit of time? Not even. It should be at least 50-50 where you don't worry about that.
Yeah, man. If you're hanging out with your family one weekend or one day, or you have plans with your family, you know, it's totally okay to, you know, if your partner, your husband, your wife is doing something else, it's like, hey, look, my family has this event going on. You can't make it, that's fine, but you know, I'm gonna show up to this event, a family event. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go because there's no reason that your wife or husband should be giving you an entire show, an entire tantrum of, you can't go hang out with them. You're all this crap about your family. This is your family. Yeah. They came way before you ever came along. I understand, you know, you're man and wife. You guys are supposed to be a team and work together and, you know, be like pretty much be first above everything else. But family is still family. You can't abandon your family just because I don't want to deal with them today. Your wife or your husband.
Even if you have lifelong friends. Your lifelong friends are gonna be by your side, right or wrong. We'll tell you, you're wrong, or you're right. Yes.
Not all friends
are equal, but
there are those friends that are true friends. They've proven themselves to you over years, and then here comes your wife or here comes your husband. Oh no, you can't hang out with them. You gotta hang out with me. Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna go out, or they're like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my friends, but you can't go out. But you gotta stay home. You can't go out with your friends.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Or even if you go out with your friends, don't give me that half-ass excuse. Why are you out? Because or you get upset because I'm out with my friends, but yet you're always out with your friends. You know, you're always out with your friends. You never give me time to give my time with my friends. You know. Well, I had a girlfriend like that, man. I had a girlfriend that would always get on my case because I like to go play golf. That's my weakness. I like to go play golf on the weekends.
That's your thing, man. That's your hobby.
And my girlfriend would always get upset, and I was always tell her, I'm always with you every single day. Just give me one day. I just want one day to myself to where I could go play golf and think. Because I feel like the people that are abusive, mentally, like verbally abusive or physically abusive, they don't want to give you that time where you're able to open your eyes and be like, man, this is not a good relationship to be in.
Exactly. Because
you get that alone time, and that's when you start to think everything.
People are in domestic violence cases, domestic violence relationships, horrible relationships, whether they're domestic violence or not. The person that is doing the domestic violence, being the aggressor in the relationship, it's about control. It's about controlling the other person. Oh, you can't hang out with your friends, secluding them from your friends, secluding them from their family. You can only hang out with me, and you do what I say, and everything's gonna be fine. Oh, these people that are nervous, why are they nervous? Because they know that if they're doing something that's not okay with their spouse, they're instantly in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's all about control. It's all about keeping them blindfolded to the reality of what's really happening. Yeah. Keep them under control. Just control. Because the minute you get that freedom, you get to hang out with your friends. You get to hang out with family. You kind of bring it up a little bit to your friends and family, and they're like, "Hey, I don't think that sounds too well. Yeah. Like, I think that's a problem. I think you need to do something about it." They start getting these other ideas that the aggressor doesn't want you to have.
Yeah.
They don't want you to rebel against them. They don't want you to see that what's happening is not normal. They want it to be, oh, this is normal. This is a normal relationship.
They want you to see that, but the moment you link up with your friends or something and you try to just tell them, look, man, this is how my relationship works. It's supposed to go 50-50, not 95-5. But my one advice is to people that are in abusive relationships, look at the bigger picture. Don't fall for the game where that your significant other, your wife or your husband is telling you
is your one and only. It's forever.
It's forever, or not even that. What I'm trying to get to is, I'm a change for you. Because change, it is the hardest thing to do if you're not willing to look for it.
Bro, I'm so glad you brought that. That's such a good point. Because that's another thing. You see it all the time. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. When the aggressor gets too far out of line, and punches a girl in the face, or the girl hits him, all that stuff, and then it's like, I'm sorry, I can't control my anger, I stepped out of line. I'm sorry, I love you.
Gonna change.
Don't leave me. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change. Give me another chance.
But it changes for only a few months, or not even a few months. It could change for a week, 2 weeks, a month. But then it all falls back to the same exact lifestyle they live.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's just like drug addicts, alcoholics. They all do the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Give me another chance. You give them a chance. Everything's good for a week or two. A couple of days go by. Boom, back in the same cycle, doing the same thing over and over again. People that are in these type of relationships, the best thing they could do is, we're not experts or anything, but the best thing they can do is talk to friends, talk to family, find counseling if they need to, and talk to people, explain them their situation. Go and ask, do you think this is normal? Do you think that this is okay? Have your feelings validated that it's not okay. Yeah. This is not supposed to be happening. And it is okay to walk away. It is okay because it's not okay to stay, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not okay to stay. If you have kids, I understand you might be afraid to lose your kids. Man, that's what court is for.
Yeah.
You fight it.
Go and you fight it because you could prove that you're a good father or you're a good wife.
Exactly.
And you're a good mother or a good father. You gotta. You can prove that.
It'll be difficult. It won't be easy.
It's not.
But it's better than staying in a shit relationship where you're shit. Because then, obviously, if you're shit, you feel like shit, and then you're coming to your kids. You're not gonna give your kids that love and that attention that they really need, because you're in a shit mood.
Yeah.
You come home from work, you're beat up from work, you're beat up from the week of stress, of bills, and all
to coming home to someone that's gonna chew your brain out.
Yeah, blowing you up with all this. Oh, what are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? Why aren't you home? Come now, la la la.
Yeah.
All this crap, blowing you up. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're not good enough. Your career is crap. All this negativity. When your kid comes around, you're like, best case, you're like, hey buddy, how's it going?
Yeah. Or you start abusing a substance, alcohol, drugs, something, because you need that escape from work, your wife,
from reality, because
from everything. Because you're being just drilled every single day from every corner, from work, from your wife, from your kids, from everyone. Yes. It's a tough one. It's really tough.
Dude, it's terrible. The key is walk away, walk away, and don't look back, because your life can only get better after that relationship. After you see that kind of stuff, every other person, the minute they have a red flag, you're like, oh, this is a mistake that I'm not gonna make again, and walk away from that person. And you'll find that one person that is meant to be for you, that makes your life better, makes you happy. It's always a good time around them.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah, man. They're willing to be with your family. They're okay with you hanging out with your family. They're okay with you going with your friends. You need to find that person that gives you balance in life. It's not just me, affection. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll change. All these promises, all these empty promises over and over and over. If it hasn't happened in the past 2 years, in the past 3 months, it's not going to happen. People don't change like that from one minute to the next. People are ingrained to be a certain way, and it's very difficult for them to change. They're not going to change in a relationship. They're going to change over years and years if they're lucky.
Yeah.
With lots of counseling, lots of help, but that's very rare. That's very rare.
The counseling issue is, I don't really believe in it, because I feel like these therapists and these counselors are just there for the money. If you really wanna help yourself out, you could definitely help yourself out by reading books, going on YouTube, going on different websites to fix yourself, because ultimately you want to fix yourself.
I completely agree.
They're not gonna fix you, because they can't really give you any tips. They can't really give you advice what to do to change who you are. If you want to change that, you have to do it by yourself. The only way you're going to change is when that person looks for that. For that help by themselves.
When I say counseling, I want to clarify that. I don't just mean like professional therapists. I mean like friends. Just talking to friends is counseling. You're getting counseling from your friends. Like, hey man, I see what you're telling me, and I don't think that's good for you, man. It's not good for your health. You don't look happy. You look depressed. You look like crap. You never want to hang out. You never want to do anything because your wife or your husband doesn't let you. You don't look the same way that you used to be. And from everything you're telling me, it doesn't seem to be a good relationship.
When you're hanging out with a friend or something.
So counseling can be anything.
Yeah.
Counseling can be
or we can even do it like this: when you're hanging out with a friend, and then all of a sudden you just get that random text message from your girlfriend. It's gonna change the way you look,
dude,
because you're being drilled through text,
and you can see it, bro. And you can see it. You're there. They're all there, all happy, talking. Oh man, you get that first text message. They look at their phone, their face drops.
Yeah,
that's it. And then they're like, "Oh, no problem." And they're talking to you and texting, and saying, "Hey, you're not in the relationship. You're not in the conversation anymore. My bad. You're focused on the fact that you're getting your ass chewed out
that's going on.
Text message." And that's it. You're like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. All right, I'm gonna head out early. And then the next time you invite them out, I can't make it.
This is another tip that I give people: always think positive.
Dude, positivity is
so good, because even if you're in an abusive relationship, you could try to filter out the negative stuff that's going on. Because if you think positive, all right, so let me just think a positive of getting abused. Let me just break up with this person. Let me get away from this person. There's a lot better women, men out there that's good for you. This person is just toxic. It's a toxic person that's giving you a toxic life.
Yep.
And if everybody sees it, in everyone in your family, all your friends and everything, man, then you have to start looking for someone else.
You have to start realizing, hey, if everyone that I know is telling me, my family, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, my uncles, my aunts, all my close friends, anybody that I talk to about my situation tells me this is not okay. This is very bad. You should want to walk away from this.
Yeah.
I think you should 2 + 2 = 4, right? And add all that conclusion together. Be like, hey, I think I need to analyze my life. I don't think I'm doing as okay as I think I am. And then list out all the pros and cons and realize that you can't just stay in a relationship because you're comfortable. Because, we've known each other for so many years. Oh, he's good for me. She's good for me. I love her. She loves me. There's so much love. They're such a good person. But yet they're not good to you.
Your relationship is just toxic.
Your relationship is
toxic. It's a toxic relationship, and it's so shitty.
Exactly. Relationships work or they don't work. There's no in between. And it's just, when it comes to toxic relationships, it's just like people that are drug addicts or people that are alcoholics like before. You know that the alcohol is not good for you. You know that the drugs aren't good for you, but you love it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it makes me feel so good in the moment, but in the long term, it's shit. It's killing me. It's killing me. My life is not going where it needs to go. So you understand, I love this substance, but I gotta walk away from it because it's destroying my life in total.
You get
I'm
to
not
that. You're
focusing
gonna
on my career. I'm not happy in life. So even though I love this drug or I love alcohol, I think it's time to walk away.
Yeah.
And your life, those people always have a better life afterwards. They never have a shittier life before. No drug addict has gotten clean and then be like, yo, my life is total shit after I got clean. My life was way better when I was a drug addict.
Yeah, no one ever tell you. But the thing is, there are some people that just want to do it and end it on their terms. They don't want to end it on somebody else's terms when somebody, like your friends, your family's telling you gotta end this.
Yeah.
I think they want to end it on their terms. Like if you're abusing drugs, abusing alcohol, you get to a certain point, like you said, where it's a shit life. It gets you fall into a rut, and it's just the same thing, and it's killing you. It's messing up your life, slowing you down, it's doing everything, but you just want to end it on your terms. You want to try to beat it by yourself.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's completely true. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna get better unless you, the individual, want to change, want to make it happen. That's the only way you're gonna move on. No matter how many sometimes people drill you, walk away. They'll never do it because people like to do things on their terms, like you said. Until you yourself says, "Hey, today's the day. I'm done. I'm walking away now." It's not gonna happen. Nobody can force you out of the relationship. And at the same time, you have to realize that this other person doesn't have as much control as you think they do.
Yeah.
You are in control of your own life and your own destiny, and the only way you're gonna make it better is by doing what you think is right.
Yeah. So we'll just go to the next question: where are you embarrassed or humiliated regularly by your partner about your appearance, ideas, and views in front of people? That's
something that you see. It's very subtle, right? You're hanging out. You're with your couples, everybody's couples, and then every time you say something, why are you so stupid?
Yeah.
That's
a horrible idea.
Why are you putting down your partner like that in front of somebody? Yeah, anybody can do something stupid and you can joke and say, "Hi, you're a retard." Yeah. That's so dumb. Why would you do that? But
if it's coming from your significant other,
that's a joke. But
it stings a little bit, man. It stings a little bit.
It's a whole different term when you're trying to say something. And dude, in front of somebody else, they're just like, why are you so stupid? That's a dumb idea.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about that? Oh, why are you gonna change careers? You're not good enough to do that other career. Stick to what you know.
Or they dress you up, like appearance. They dress you from head to toe. You go out and they don't like what you're wearing.
Yeah.
They tell you, no, go home or we're not going out. All right, I guess we're not going out. Or at least with me.
Yeah, man.
If you don't like the way I dress, sorry to tell you. But we're not going out if you don't like it. Sorry. I just
can't. Take it or leave it, man.
Take it or leave it. You gotta like me. You gotta love me for who I am, for how I dress, my personality, so who I really am. You're not gonna change my entire life just to make you happy. Exactly. I could do that by myself. If I see you don't like the way I dress, I should take it into initiative of, okay, you know what? She doesn't like the way I dress. I'll change it up, see what she likes.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? You just gotta keep dressing how you dress, man. That's who you are.
You gotta keep that in mind. It's like, if every time you talk, every time you mention an idea, every time, even when you're alone, not just in public, but when you're alone, every time you mention an idea, you have, oh man, I have this business idea, or man, I have this dream that I wanna own this farm and have all these things and have these animals, and that's my dream. That's something I've always internally wanted to do. And your significant other, the person that loves you, that you love, it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. It keeps shutting you down all the time. Shutting you down shows no support for your dreams. Shows no support for your ideas. You might be wrong. Like, I have a business idea and I want to sell, little candy bars, and they're like, hey, that might not be the best idea. They already sell candy at Walgreens and all these stores. Yeah, I understand. There's constructive criticism to like, hey, that might not be the best idea.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But don't give me.
But not that negative shutdown.
Don't give me negativity. Give me
every time they're always shutting you down.
Give me other ideas. If I say this, you give me. What about if you don't sell the candy bars, but you sell?
Exactly, they help
other
you.
stuff.
Exactly, they're helping.
Other things. They help you out. They're supporting what you want to do.
Exactly.
It's like I had this one girlfriend. This is nothing business, but I told her my retirement dream is to get a motorhome and drive Route 66. She told me that's the dumbest thing she's ever heard. I looked at her, I was like, really? I think that's great because you're exploring the world,
Yeah.
She tried to shoot down my retirement dream. I get it, I'm 26 years old, I'm super young, but I like to think for my future. I like to think what I want to do, so when I get to this point where I got all this money and I could waste it, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to go out on this road trip of a lifetime for myself because it stretches all across the United States.
And who's that person to shut your dreams down?
Yeah,
that's your dream.
And who knows if that person's even gonna be there with me? Yeah, that's what I told her. Am I really marrying you? Obviously not, because I'm not with that person anymore.
Yeah, so even if you were, right, even if you're considering marrying her, that's the moment to consider: is this the person I want to be with?
Yeah.
When I'm retired, when I'm old, because obviously they're not agreeing with any of my plans, any of my ideas. They think everything is dumb. They don't want so. And that shows you another point of how to realize that you're in those type of relationship is you're always wrong and your partner is always right.
Yeah.
You're always wrong. Whatever idea you have is crap. Whatever idea they have is gold. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You should do that. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You should do this. Oh, let's not go here. Let's go over there. Oh, let's not hang out with that person. Let's hang out with my people.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to retire on a motorhome. I want to go from hotel to hotel.
Yeah, which
is
like
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Either we come into a compromise, or we're not gonna make this. This is not gonna work.
Yeah,
and that's the one thing about relationships that's very important. If there's no compromise in a relationship, there is no relationship.
Yeah,
because that shows that if there's no compromise, that means that only one person is getting what they want, and the other person is just sucking it up to make that other person happy.
Yeah.
And there's no back and forth. And unfortunately, relationships are a two-way street. It's not a one-way street.
Yeah.
So there's no just one way, always me, I get what I want, I'm the smart one, you're the dumb one, you don't know what you're talking about, you better not step out of line, la 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 la. No, it's two ways. It's compromise. Okay, today you want to go to Shots, tomorrow we'll go to Ale House because I want to go to Ale House.
I want to go there.
The next day you want to go to Live. I want to go somewhere else. I want to go camping. But if it's always I want to go out and party, but I like camping, and you're never okay with me going camping, and you never want to go with me camping. What are we doing?
Or even if you just want to go with your friends and you just want to be with your friends, and your significant other stays at home.
Yeah. It was like, I'm gonna go out.
I'm gonna go, but you gotta stay.
But you gotta stay here
because you can't go out because you can't control yourself.
Yeah, it's all about control.
It's all about control. The person that stays home is the person that supposedly cannot control themselves when they go out. They get put in this whole entire thing of an idea. It's like, man, when I went out without my girl, I had a bad experience. I'm not gonna do it again. Or she's just abusing you, telling you you can't go out. I could go out with my friends, but you gotta stay home. You gotta worry about.
I can.
You gotta worry about taking care of the house with no children. Just you gotta worry about taking care of the house. You gotta worry about staying home and just being there.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about getting the mail or getting people knocking at the door and being like, hey, yeah, someone's here. Yeah. You're not gonna rob the house because I'm home.
You're just a maid in the house, bro. You're another slave.
A living maid.
Yeah, you're just a slave, bro.
Another living maid.
Paying bills and then not being able to do anything you want. It's all what the other person wants, and it just doesn't work that way. Relationships don't work that way. It always has to be compromised. You can be the biggest party person, and I can be the biggest non-party person. We can't party every day. If you always pick partying over what I like doing, which is maybe just watching movies at home, or going out to watch a movie, or go to the beach. I like going to the beach, but you like partying every day. If you're not willing to make sacrifices to compromise with me and come to the beach with me, go camping with me, go watch a movie with me, and you only want to go out with your friends and do your thing, and I can't go out and do what I want because it's all about what you want under your terms, then that's not a good relationship. That's a toxic relationship. No compromise.
I could agree with that because I had one girlfriend that she would always want to go out. She would go out with her friends, but I'll go with her. But I'm the type of person that likes to stay home, watch movies, cook. Yes. I like to cook. So if I cook for you, you gotta be happy about it, man. Because
of course, man.
I'm making you some real good food. I'm not cooking you just pasta and corn. I'm cooking real good food for you, for me, as a romantic dinner between me and you, and we watch a movie or we go out to the movie theaters. But if you constantly every week you want to go out and watch, or not watch, but go out to a club, go out to a bar, go out to this, it just gets boring because you're doing the same thing over and over and over.
And it's always what the other person enjoys.
Yeah,
never what you enjoy.
It's never what I wanted because I'm fine with doing things 50-50, going out, staying at home, doing that because that's what a relationship is supposed to be. You're supposed to go out every now and then and not stay home 100% of the time.
So, hit me up with another beer, dude. In the meantime, let's wrap this subject up. So, no compromise, no relationship.
Well, the last one before we go in, let me see here. Where was it? Where was it?
So, what's the next one?
The next one I'm looking for here. Sorry, guys. Okay. Do you feel that your partner is overly jealous, and do you constantly they do constantly accuse you of being unfaithful?
Look, man. When it comes to stuff like that, jealousy is always it's natural. It's natural for humans to be jealous. You know, you see your man hanging out with a good-looking girl. You're like, hey, man, everybody's got eyes. Everybody can see. Nobody's blind. You're like, man, you might have some interest in that. But if there's no trust in the relationship, that's another big red flag that there is no relationship. No trust, no relationship. Yeah. Because you know, when it comes to jealousy and that kind of situation, you can't be accusing of somebody all the time. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Either you're extremely jealous and have zero trust in that person, or second thing could be is you're the one cheating. You're the one doing stuff. So you're paranoid. Every time you see your man or you see your girl looking at another guy, or you see your man looking at another girl, you're like, he's having sex with her. He's doing something. Or she's cheating. Why? Because you're paranoid. Because you know that every time you look at a girl or you look at a guy, you're doing it. Yeah. You're hitting that up. You're like, hey man, what's up? Sliding into those DMs. Of course. You know, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So you're paranoid. So you're like, hey, I think they're doing it too. You must be hitting on that girl. You like her, don't you? I see how you look at her. I see how you do that. Why? Because every time you look at a girl or you look at a guy, you like them. Yeah. So then you're like, oh crap! So if they're looking with personal experience, they like them.
You know, I've done messed up things in my time in relationships. I've never been abusive, but I have done and played girls at the same time, and I pick one because I would pick and choose what girl was best for me. And then sometimes it would go out there, it'd be blown up, and they'd find out because girls, they do their research.
Yeah, people cheat.
And they do their research. No, but this is at the beginning of the relationship when you're getting to know one person, where you don't know if this is going to be the right one, so you have another person there where you talk to understand, see which is best for you.
You're still talking.
You're still talking. You're in the talking phase, and you're trying to figure it out.
You're talking to two girls, and you're trying to figure out, should I get this one? Should I go for
this one? So I had this one girlfriend that once she figured that out, it all blew out of proportion. I ended up staying with her, which was a mistake because throughout the entire 4-year relationship, she would always throw her name out there. Say, hey, are you still talking to this girl? Has she messaged you? Has she sent you something for your birthday? Has she said something for your birthday?
And that goes back to the not trusting issue.
Yeah.
So if that girl chose to stay with you, right,
or
chose to be with you, like, all right, you know, we're gonna be together, and I know this issue happened, then either you have trust and you're like, all right, I trust you that it's done and it's not gonna come up again. But then, if they're blowing it up in your face every other day, every other week, hey, who you texting, huh? Who's texting you, huh?
Yeah.
Is it her? Is it her? Is it him?
It her?
You
yeah.
know, then that shows you there's no trust there. So if there's no trust, there's no relationship. Or they're just paranoid because on the side they're doing what they think you're doing.
Of course.
So that's those are the problems right there. No trust, or you're just paranoid because you're the one doing it, and you don't want to catch your significant other doing it.
And we'll leave it at that topic right there, man. So we'll just get to the
Go
next one.
find help. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Figure out if you see you don't have no trust in your relationship. There's constant paranoia, constant battle of control for one person to control the other person. These are all signs of toxic relationships.
Yes.
Whether they're domestic violence or not, that's up to you guys to determine. But there's definitely signs of a no-go. Gotta walk away and fast.
Yeah. Well, guys and girls, if you guys have domestic violence issues and you have no one to talk to, please give a call to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The phone number is 1-800-799-7233. And they'll help you out. They'll be there to talk to you and help you out through everything.
Get help, live the best life you can, and move on.
Our next topic, how can I put it like this? Transgender males transitioning to females in female sports.
Dude, that right there, that drives me crazy.
Because imagine you have a daughter and she's 9-10 years old competing in track and field, and she's gonna go to states, but then you got these 2 transgender boys coming in.
Yeah, boys that were boys but are now identifying
at that stage and age, they can't do anything to change their physical being. They're still boys, even though they're taking estrogen. But they're still boys.
In some cases they can't, but in other cases parents are already
doing it. Already transitioning.
Which is a whole nother topic.
Yeah, but they still have that speed of a boy compared to a girl.
A boy's a boy and a girl's a girl.
You know?
Unfortunately, that's the hard truth. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, honestly, boys are boys, girls are girls, men are men, women are women. There's equality, but there's difference at the same time. There's not an equal playing field. Men compete with men, women compete with women. Not because it's been like that at all times. It's not because it's caveman thinking. It's just that's the best way to find the best female. You're not going to find the best female competing with men.
Yeah.
Females will not be the ones winning all the time, or hardly ever at any sport. It's going to be the men. Yeah. Unfortunately, men are muscularly stronger. They have better athletic situations than women do. That's just the way we're built. Don't ask me why. I'm not a scientist. It's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a video out there of an 8th grader. She's in track and field. She missed going to states by 2 spots. She came in 8th place. If she would have came in 6th place, she would have gone to states. But the only reason she didn't make it to states was because she had two boys competing in her division.
Yeah.
So that officially knocks her down to 8th place when she went and competed. You know. And I don't agree with it because if I had a daughter and I was put in that situation, I would raise hell to get those kids out of there because they're not natural born girls.
They're not. They have more testosterone than girls do. They're naturally been born. Whether they're transitioning and they're doing their hormone thing or not, that's a separate topic. Because if they are transitioning, they still had more years of testosterone built into their muscles and muscle growth than these girls.
Sometimes I just think these guys are just so upset that they're not good enough to compete against boys
That they choose
the easy way out. Let me go compete against girls. Let me break records with girls because it's so much easier to do.
Of course, because there's no resistance because we live in a world of politically correctness. Yeah. So if you're not politically correct, you're a horrible person. You're a monster. You're disgusting.
Yeah. And there's a weightlifter too. There's a weightlifter that which I agree with the Olympic community not allowing her to compete because obviously. This girl was
not allowing him,
not allowing him.
Yeah, which is technically
her. But they're not allowing her. We'll go with her because I don't want to offend anyone because we're in a soft generation. Actually, you know what? We'll go with him. That's it. We'll go with him because nobody. If you don't want to get offended, sorry, you shouldn't be hearing this. But it's a him. It's a him because he still has a dick out there. So you have they're still generating all this testosterone no matter how much estrogen you take in pill form, you're still creating testosterone. You're still creating all this to create all this, and then they have all this power. This guy was a weightlifter his entire life as an athlete.
Yeah.
Weightlifting, squats, this. Now, since he's not good enough to compete for the men's Olympics, he wants to take the easy way. Let me transition to a girl.
And how fair is that to the women that have been training their ass off their entire lives to become this Olympic lifter? They get there, and then out of nowhere, here comes a man saying, "I'm a girl," and this guy is lifting 400 pounds. You know, as the example, throwing out 400 pounds, and women are like maybe in the 300 something range,
like 375,
and this guy's starting off at 400. You know, I'm not saying that's exact weight numbers because I'm not a professional lifter. I don't know the numbers that people are lifting. I'm sure they're lifting high numbers, but as an example. The guy's gonna start.
It's just a range. What we think it is.
It's just not fair to women. There's these feminists that want to be so empowering of women, and they're destroying their own women by letting these men now take over of sports, take over these certain categories. Like, so are you saying that men are better at everything? Because first you're saying women are equal to men. But now you're saying men that are becoming women are equally good or better, and they're showing by the results that they're winning. Because there's another case where it's a high school kid. He wasn't in the wrestling team. He joined the females wrestling team.
Yes,
he became a girl, that one as well. And he was champion for 2 to 3 years in a row.
Which I don't agree. Why are you gonna have a male wrestle a female, even though she's a transgender? You know what? How we were talking about earlier. I think you're right. They should create their own league.
Yes.
They should have their own division. Transgender women division and transgender male division. Because...
Yes.
I get it. We all have to compete.
Yes.
But don't take the easy way out and give me that fact. Oh, no, I can't compete with males, so I'm going to go with the female. Because that's something I did my entire life. I'll go with that. I did weightlifting and I did wrestling my entire life. And I want to continue doing it. If you don't want to, if there's nothing right now, there's no league for that, drop it completely.
Figure it out. Be the first. Be the innovator. Be the innovator that creates the league.
Yeah.
Look.
Get women.
Let's use
get men that are transgenders. Get them out there. Get them to do it. Get them to join.
Look at CrossFit. CrossFit's only a few years old.
Yeah.
CrossFit started like in 2010, 2009.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sport, and now it's one of the biggest sports out there. Yeah. Somebody was the innovator. Somebody was out there. We're gonna make this the sport. And they put the time, the sweat, and the work in, and now it's a huge sport. So if you're a transgender, you feel like you're not competing fairly, or people are giving you shit about it. Hey, what's the problem with creating your own league?
Yeah,
be the best of the best.
It's like there's a bunch of leagues out there with video games right now. Is a big league.
Yes,
drone flying is a big league. Doing cornhole has a league of its own. Cornhole, bro. Cornhole. ESPN. Beer pong has its own league. Why can't transgender community create their own league? They should create their own league. The problem with this They're just lazy. They don't want to do it.
The problem with them
because they want to take the easy way out.
Yes, they want to take what's already built and slide in there, and they want to hide the fact that they are transgender. I used to be a man, and now I'm a female. They want to hide. They want to hide from their past. It's like
they want to forget about it.
Yeah, you want to erase something that was true. You can't erase facts.
Yeah.
History is history. You can't erase it just to make it convenient to you. Oh, now I'm a female. Everything that was before no longer is
no
important.
longer exists.
It's like it's erased. It starts over now.
No.
You're still the same person. You're still the same person.
You're still Jack.
Yeah.
Even though you're Jacqueline now, you're still Jack.
Now you're Jackie, right? But you started off as Jack, and we can't forget that you start off as Jack. There's no reason to erase Jack. You were Jack, and now you've transitioned to a different phase. It's just like saying butterflies weren't caterpillars at one point in their life. Yeah. Of course they were. They were a caterpillar, then they became a cocoon, and now they're a butterfly. It's the part of the process. Nobody in science class is telling you, hey, butterflies just magically appear one day and there's no process before it. Yeah. No, there's a process. So you can't erase that. But in this politically correct world where everybody cannot offend anybody else, nobody can say an arguing viewpoint. If somebody shows up and says, I'm Jackie now, we must forget Jack. Jack never existed. We can never refer back to Jack because, we're a piece of shit. We're disgusting.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're trying to erase reality here to be convenient to you.
And then, let's say, like, you go out somewhere right now and someone's just trying to hide their identity, the transgenders hiding their identity of what they were. The moment you find out and the male finds out, they get so scared and so upset because you didn't disclose that with me at a bar or at a club or something. You didn't disclose that with me.
That's crazy, bro. It's like saying I have the flu and I don't tell you I have the flu and I'm all up on you and I just sneeze and cough all over you and you're like, hey, bro, you're sick. No, man, I'm not sick.
I'm not sick.
I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me. And then it's the same thing. You're going and you're trying to hide a fact that can affect another person's life. I am a straight male. I like dating women.
Yeah.
I like women. Now, if I date a woman that I see as a woman, but it ends up being a transgender, I would like to be told, I used to be a man, and now I am a female. I don't know what part of the process they're in. I don't care. Yeah. I would like to know if that straight male decides to continue the relationship with that transgender and continue, great for them.
Yeah.
But they know ahead of time.
But they have to disclose that, man. They have to. It's a must. They have to.
Man, this is not going to be a good example because obviously it's going to offend people like always.
But it doesn't matter. If they don't want to get offended, don't listen to it.
It's just like you have an STD. If you have an STD and you have unprotected sex and you did not disclose that you had an STD with that other person, isn't that fucked up?
It is.
That's majorly
it's like
fucked up.
It's a crime. Right now, if I have AIDS, I don't, but let's say I have AIDS and I go and I have sex with a female and I don't tell her anything.
Yeah.
I go to jail basically for murder.
Yeah, for attempted murder.
For attempted murder because I transmitted AIDS to her.
Whether it transmitted or not, even if it didn't.
I'ma still get fucked because I didn't disclose that. And it should be like that as well. If you don't disclose it, you're gonna...
Yeah, man, you know what it is? You imagine this person is not fully transitioned and, everything's getting hot and ready and you reach down there and there's a fucking sledgehammer,
bro. A 9-inch fucking cock, bro. I think this fucking big. Imagine that thing. You go down there, it's like, holy thing. This thing is bigger than my cock. Wow, this is crazy.
It's crazy, bro. And then the crazy thing is that these people get offended. They get offended if, you don't like me because I'm a transgender? It's like, hold on, I didn't know I was forced to like anybody.
Yeah.
If I like a certain type of woman, if I only like black girls with big booties, and that's my type of girl. Why do I want a girl that's not that? And then if I don't like white girls, or I don't like Hispanic girls, or I don't like transgenders, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. This is what I like. I like black girls with big booties.
Instead of just trying to get every man out there to conform to your ideas of what you want to be. You want to be a girl, but you're not really a girl. You know what? There's men out there that are interested in female and transgenders.
Yeah.
Disclose that.
Everybody.
Some men are gonna be like, "Oh man, that's fucking freaky. Let's fucking do it." Because some people want to experiment. Some people love that shit. And some people are.
Or some people just don't care. They
don't care.
They're completely open-minded. They're like,
open-minded. Let's go. Let's fucking try it out.
Exactly.
But just please disclose it. It'll help everyone out and it'll keep you safe. It'll keep that person safe from that from anything, from an abuse attack, you know.
Yes, it prevents a lot of crap. It's just when you're in a date, when you start dating somebody, the whole purpose of dating is
getting to know that
try
person.
to figure out what you like and don't like about that person. You know,
Yeah.
You already come in with a pre-mindset of I like certain qualities. Excuse me. There's other certain qualities I don't like. Now, when I talk to this person, I'm trying to figure out where she falls, what her qualities fall in. Do they fall into the categories that I don't like, or they fall into the categories that I do like? There's always going to be likes and dislikes, but you try to find the one that has the overwhelming amount of likes compared to dislikes. So that's something you need to disclose. Hey, I'm a transgender. I used to be a guy. Is that cool with you? No, it's not cool with me. Okay, no problem.
That's it.
You go your way, I go my way.
Because, like I said, there's always going to be that one person that's going to like it.
Nobody's telling you you can't exist. Nobody's telling you you can't live your life. Nobody's saying, oh, let's kill all transgenders. Let's those people are disgusting. Those people shouldn't exist. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying anything like that. They're just saying the other person should know.
Yeah.
Why the secrets? Why the secrecy?
If you're
actually planning on creating a lifelong relationship with this person for the rest of your life, that person should know everything about you. And they shouldn't know 50 years down the line or 30 down, hey, by the way, 30 years later, I used to be a dude.
No, man.
Are you kidding me?
It's crazy. It's crazy because
it's just the same thing as when it's the same thing.
With the whole Me Too thing, I think with the whole Me Too thing, when you get accused of one thing 30 years down the road, you get fucking attacked and you lose your whole career because you got this accusation that you cannot prove.
Before we even get into that,
but we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. But
before we'll jump into that soon. But right before we get into that, another example is if I'm a divorced dad and I have 2 or 3 kids. When I start dating somebody, that information is disclosed. Hey, look, I'm a divorced dad. I have 2 or 3 kids. There's no reason I should keep that a secret. Get into a relationship with this person 2-3 years down the line. Hey, by the way, I never told you, but all these times that I told you I had to sneak out, do this stuff or do this other stuff, I've been, the reason why we don't have so much money is because I'm paying child support to 3 of my kids that I have with 3 other women. I think that woman would have liked to be told, hey, I have 3 kids and they're with 3 different women and I'm paying child support and I'm dealing with that stuff. This is all information. So if those things are important to disclose, women like to be disclosed this information. Men like to be disclosed this information. You start dating a woman, hey, look, I have a kid. Everybody likes to be told things up front.
Yes.
Why? Why we're
trying to get to know that person. We're trying to get the flaws, and even if we could get past their flaws, we still like to know what those flaws are.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like you have like transgender women. You'll find men that are into that. Like I saw a picture of a transgender couple. It was a female transgender and a full-blown male. Even though I think it's the extra hard steps to be make people think you're straight, but they found each other. They're out there, and they're doing good.
They're doing their thing. It's just if you're with the whole gay community and the LGBTQ whatever, they're all about being proud of who they are, right? Then why hide that you're a transgender? Be proud of it. Hey, look, I'm a transgender. I used to be a man, now I'm a girl. Or hey, I used to be a girl and now I'm a man. And just be upfront about it. It's not just about the men that became women. It's also about the men that become the girls that become men. Yeah. Any part, any of the two.
Any part.
Just be upfront about it. Why? If you're so proud, be proud of what you are, what you used to be, and where you are now in your life. There's no reason to be ashamed of who you are.
I don't mind being friends with anybody, man. But just please tell me what you are. If you're gay, you're gay. If you're a lesbian, you're lesbian. If you're transgender, you're transgender. The Q part, the queer part, you're still fucking gay.
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know what the difference is either.
I have no idea.
Q to gay is so fucking so close and so fucking the same. If anybody could explain it to us, please write in the comments because we would love to understand the difference between the G and the Q. That'd be fucking great. That'd be great.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't know what the difference is. they're all dealing their own stuff. You know, whatever. That's their problem. But when it comes to the transgender situation, be upfront about it. When it comes to sports, I completely agree that they should have their own league.
Yeah,
they should have their own league with all the men, that become women compete.
Let them beat the crap out of each other. Let the female that turn into males, let them beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with that.
It's MMA, running,
because there's a female MMA fighter out there that broke a female skull. She broke it, and if you look at the pictures of that female, her whole face is swollen after she got TKO'd, man. How fair is that? You know, you got all this testosterone in your fucking body as an MMA fighter, going from male to female, and you're putting a beating on this fucking girl.
Even if they went through their whole hormone therapy or whatever, they're gonna claim, oh, but they're already on estrogen. Yeah, but this person has had 20 something years.
I'm a twig.
Yeah, bro, has had 20 something years of building muscle with all this testosterone, working out, becoming an athlete, and then out of nowhere now they're transitioning to female
because they can't compete against men,
and they're pumping estrogen, but what they have is already there. That's not gonna go away.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep training.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing the thing. So the foundation that they've built as a man will still continue to exist, and then this foundation is gonna go and compete against a woman. You don't see in the UFC a man fighting a female.
No,
it doesn't work that way, because no matter how good the female is, unfortunately, the man is gonna beat the shit out of her.
Yeah. Sorry, Henry Cejudo, but you cannot call out these girls in the UFC.
Dude,
sorry.
No.
But you can't call them out.
No. Get your own league. Get your own league. Get all the transgender men that are not female, and put your own league in there and compete. What happened with females? Look, right now with females entered into the UFC just a few years ago. It was just men, right? Females wanted to compete. What did they do? They created their own alternate league to the UFC.
Just imagine a female going against a man.
Dude, they created their own league.
It's the same thing as seeing a transgender going against a female. It's a man going against a female UFC fighter. I get it. They're badass.
It's simple.
They are badass.
It's simple.
But at the same time, this is a freaking man fighting a woman, bro.
Exactly.
This is a full-blown woman fighting a hybrid.
It's not safe. It's not safe for the females.
It's not safe for the sport at all.
It's not.
It's gonna downgrade the sport to
contact stuff like that. You know, it's all about safety. That's what the referee is there for, to remain safe. See somebody going out, that's it. They stop the fight. They don't want to injure this person permanently.
Shit, if I was a referee, as soon as I find out, this is a female transgender. Oh no! I'm calling the fight right there. I don't want to put this female in that situation.
Right. They can get their own league.
I understand that these females want to put the hurt on these transgender males. Well, these transgender male females, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because the bone structure is completely different from men to female, man.
If transgenders if men want to become women, and in society they're accepted as women, that is fine. But when it comes to competition, it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
It's a whole different animal. It's not safe outside of, when it comes to society, if they want to be accepted, that's fine. They can exist out there doing their own thing. They can be called all the female that they want to be. But when it comes to competition, we have to identify the truth. The truth is, you weren't always a female. You were a male before. This affects the way that you are now. So we need to put you in a league category by yourself, where you can compete with the other people that are just like you, and everything can be a lot more equal based. Then all the males that turn into females can compete there. All the women that turn into males can compete there. Women just started in the UFC a few years ago. Back to that point, what did they do? They had an alternate league the whole time. They kept fighting. They built a crowd. They built an audience.
They built a fan
base. What did the big companies like UFC see? They're like, hey, there's a need to see these people fight on big television. So they put female fighters into the UFC.
Yeah.
All right. Same thing is gonna happen. You create your own league for transgenders to compete in. The transgender men, transgender women, they compete there. They do their thing. And as a crowd built, and a crowd is like, oh man, we like seeing these people compete. This is an awesome fighter. They're going to get absorbed into the UFC, be part of the UFC under their own category of weight and their own category of transgenders competing with transgenders.
The only thing is, I'm not 100% sure how they're gonna be able to get a fan base for transgender male to female.
Same way females got a fan base.
The thing is, there's been female UFC fighters.
But people just want to see.
But it died out. Fight, man. But who knows? Maybe there could be a fan base out there that want to see transgenders just beat each other.
Yeah, man. People just want to see a good fight. People don't care.
Actually, people just want to see violence.
People don't care. People outside of the competition, they don't care. But the people in the sport, to make it as fair as possible to everyone in the sport and as safe as possible to everyone in the sport, need to realize that it needs to be broken down into categories. Female fight with females, men fight with men, transgender men fight with transgender men.
I just don't think it'll ever make it to the UFC. But what they could do is make their own MMA transgenders. MMA this.
But the UFC can just have a subcategory.
I just don't think the UFC will buy into that because it's such a hard sell, man. It's such a hard sell.
Even if the UFC themselves, that was just an example.
Maybe even if they could possibly start it off themselves as transgenders fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like how a bare knuckle started.
Even if that were to happen, even if the UFC doesn't absorb them, the UFC is just an example. There's other alternative leagues like Bellator. They're a way bigger now than they were a few years ago.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's other leagues that they can just build. Even if the UFC themselves, UFC is just an example, but even if UFC doesn't absorb them into a league of their own, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that they're not successful.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was getting to is they could start their own league instead of Bellator buying them in. They could start their own thing because there's a whole king of the cage. You know, they could start like that. Start transgender MMA. You know, there's a bunch of leagues out there for MMA. Why not start one just for females that are transgenders?
Exactly.
You know, they could do that.
Whether it's UFC, running, wrestling, any sport, it should be as fair as possible.
Yeah.
And, as safe as possible for everyone in that sport. Female transgenders, which were used to be men that are now females, I believe, whatever, should compete with their own kind of females, their own kind of, guys, regular guys that are missing a leg are not running with guys that have two legs. They're running with other guys that are missing a leg or have some other type of deficiency, because that makes it as fair as possible in that sport for them to succeed in. It's just, I feel like it's so logical, but everybody wants to be so politically correct about everything.
Because everybody gets easily offended now.
Everybody's afraid.
And all these LGBTQ community, they all want to be accepted and want to do everything that females do.
Yeah.
Like the transgender want to do everything that the females
Everybody wants to fit in. Nobody wants to offend anybody. All these big companies are so afraid that if I offend one of these groups of people, we're going to lose so much money. Everything's going to go to shit. And it's like, man, you have to stand your ground, and this is the way things work.
Yeah.
As simple as that, and it's not. Everything is, oh no, we can't offend them. Oh no, we need to give in to them because that's what they want. That's what makes them happy. Everything's about other people's convenience.
It's not.
And
it can't be like that. It cannot be like that.
Sports don't work that way. Sports work on competitive fairness between people of the same kind. So if you are male, all males compete of the same kind. If you are a transgender male, which you were a female, now you became a man, you should compete with other transgender men. Why would we put a UFC right now, in UFC for example, a female that is a champion in, let's say, a weight of 120, 130, and then get a guy that's also champion of a close weight and bring him down to the weight and say, hey, you guys fight. Yeah. Why would we do that? Why? Why wouldn't that happen? Because it's not safe, right? It's not fair. So why would we do the same thing when men just identify as, oh, I'm a female, or, oh, I'm a male now, I used to be a female, but now I'm a male. Why would you allow that? Just because you identify. But biologically, you're still a male or you're still a female. Yeah. You don't fall inside this category. Unfortunately, that's not the way competitions work. In society, Go ahead. You can be the female you want to be. You can be the male you want to be. Nobody's competing out there. It doesn't affect anybody else's life. But when you're doing something that affects other people's lives in a competition, it doesn't work the same as it works in society.
They could fatally kill that person, man. They could fatally kill that female that's fighting that transgender male, man.
Even if they don't kill him, dude, it's
even
just
not
competitive fair. It's not fair.
They have the upper hand. Now I got a question for you. What are your thoughts on transgenders when they get arrested?
What jail do they get sent to?
What jails do they get sent to? Do they go with men? But let's say they go to the men housing, because I think that's where they go. They go to men housing.
If they were a guy that identifies as a girl?
That identifies as a girl. I think they go to the men's housing. But do you think we should, as our taxpayer money goes to keeping them as a female while they're in there? Or just let them be, let your mustache grow, let your facial hair grow out, let everything happen.
Alright. When it comes to taxes, I probably wouldn't get into that right now. That's a whole different topic when it comes to taxes and what the government should do or shouldn't do with our money. But if we're talking about what should we do with transgenders when a male identifies as a female, should they put it in a female jail or a male jail?
Well, we'll go with
I think it depends on how far along they're in the process. Do they still have their male genitals? Because if they do, they need to be in a male jail. Because if you put this guy that now identifies as a girl in a female prison,
it's a lesser sentence, I think.
It might not even. Let's not even talk about the sentence. Let's just talk about the living court situation. This guy's gonna be showering and living with females. This guy's cellmate is gonna be a female. This guy, if he wanted to, could rape that woman. I mean, rape already exists in jail, but even easier.
Yeah, and I agree.
And not just that, but this male could possibly get that female pregnant.
Yeah.
So then, what do? You have two inmates that you don't know how long they're in there for, and now one of them is pregnant because the other one raped them. At least female to female rape, there's no pregnancy. Male to male rape in jail prisons, there's no pregnancy. Now you've created a whole other issue with a kid being born out of this super weird situation. Yeah. So I think if the guy still has his male genitals, and he should be put in a male jail.
Yeah.
There's gay people. Gay people exist inside male jail. Just because you're gay, you don't go to a female prison. You go to a guy prison.
Yeah.
If they get raped or they do gay favors, gay favors, that's a different issue.
Is gonna ask for their own jail.
Huh?
That's the next thing you know. The LGBTQ community is gonna ask for their own jail.
Hey, go ahead, man. Let them make their own jail. That way, there's more companies making more money because jails are private. They're private industry.
Man. Actually, we should go ahead with that one.
That's the best capitalist move you can do. You go to jail and you're a transgender and you want to make your own prison. Go ahead, make a prison for transgenders. So all the transgenders are in there on their own terms. All the male transgenders are in one. All the female transgenders are in another.
What we should do is get that abandoned hospital out there and fucking
more business
and just create that fucking transgender fucking jail. You want to be a transgender?
I'm okay with that. I mean, that doesn't affect my life.
Yeah.
And it's the most safe thing for them, right? Just like in sports. All the females are in there. All the males are over there. Everybody is safe. There's none of that. I used to be a guy, so now I'm a girl. So now these other females or these other males are going to look at me different. And mistreat me in jail. No, now you're with your own kind.
They're gonna look at you different no matter what. Because even we could go back to 2000, it was all frowned upon. This generation has changed so much that it's okay for families to keep genders away from their child or gender. Like let's say you got a boy, and you don't want nobody to find out, so you dress them
neutral. Let the baby figure it out themselves.
But what's dressing someone neutral? Dressing like a boy? Because dressing somebody neutral is dressing them as a boy. Because you dress as a girl, you dress as a girl. You got girl clothing. It's cut different.
Yeah.
Men clothing is cut different. So to try to keep that baby the neutral gender till he figures it out himself, which is it's stupid. Let the baby figure out if he's a boy or a girl.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. Because I'm going to refer to the same example I referred to last time we spoke about this was Shameless. Yeah. Let's bring Shameless into this. I'm sure a lot of you people have seen Shameless. I don't remember what season it is or what episode it is exactly. But there's a portion in that. There's an episode in that show where the main family of Shameless either they don't adopt him or her, but they take in this kid that was somehow family related to them by some distant cousin or distant like sister-in-law or some weird story, right? But they bring this kid in, and he lives at the house for a short time with them. He dresses like a girl. He has ponytails, and he thinks he's a girl. And all the characters that are in the show also believe it's a girl, you know, and nobody knows. But at one point, Debbie walks in the bathroom and sees this kid peeing standing up, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you're a boy.
Yeah,
you have a penis. You're a boy." And then the boy turns around and is like, no. I was told by my mother all my life. This kid was like maybe 5 or 6 years old in the show. Was told that he was always a female. That his genitals were just different because it was some type of deformity from his birth. But he was always a girl because the mom always wanted a girl. So forced the kid to be a girl. Raised him to think he was a girl. Tricked him into that, dressed him like a girl, made him act like a girl, and told him all these things. This kid believed it. This kid doesn't know one from the other. When you're a kid, you don't know if you're a boy or a girl. You're not differentiating, oh, I'm a boy or girl. Though, by the time you're differentiating that is because you're being told. Yeah. You're a boy, you're a girl. There's certain things you should be doing, and that's what parents are for. Parents are for to guide your child to its ultimate path of life, of what's right and what's wrong between them, and all these things. And that's one of the things that you teach your kid. Your kid starts dressing up like a girl, you're like, hey, you're not in trouble, but you shouldn't be doing that. You should be wearing boy clothes because you are a boy, and this is the way that it should be. Whether you choose to do something else later in life, that's up to you. But in that moment, this is what you should be doing. So that example of Shameless shows that how easy a kid could be tricked by their parents or anybody else of some kind of authority to show them that, oh, we're gonna lie to you, tell you you're a girl this whole time. You're not gonna know the difference, and you're gonna think you're a girl, grow up being a girl. If somebody wouldn't have told them the hey, you're actually a boy, this kid would have never had known. This kid would have grown up confused his entire life.
It makes me.
So it just shows
crazy,
you,
man,
how easy it is to trick a kid to think, and that's why it shows you that these kids need guidance to be told what they are, how they should live their life, and then it's not dominating their life or controlling their life. It's just giving them guidance so that if they want to go a different path, if that kid does want to grow up to be a transgender and want to be a girl, go ahead. That's your right. You can do whatever you want with it. But you were guided at least in one way, and you know the difference versus there is no difference. You're never told anything. Your parents never tell you what your gender is. You're never told what to wear, what not to wear, what you can, what you can't do. It's like we're told what to do, and we
it
can't
drives
do all
me
the
crazy
time.
that all these people are saying, don't ask about my baby's gender, or how they put a gender to something. Or even they say everything is genderless. No, everything has a gender.
Of course, these people are trying to defy science, trying to erase what exists to create something new.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't
stop that.
You can't do that.
If it's a boy, it's a boy. Let the boy be a boy. Let him live his life.
If the boy wants to be a girl later on, that's a different topic. That's on them. Let them do whatever they want. You can't lie
and make his daddy sad.
Yeah, you can't lie, and you can't trick them into being something that they're not.
Yeah, I agree.
It's that simple, and I just feel like every time it comes to these group of people doing these kind of things, is they want to erase the stature of normal that exists and make it something else. It's like you're erasing what already exists just because it's not convenient to you. It's like, oh, I don't want to be told of genders. Genders are man-made. You know what else is man-made? Laws. Laws are man-made. So what? We're gonna ignore laws now because they're man-made. They're not real.
Yeah.
oh, they're not real, right? We're just imagining things and writing them down and making them happen. So they're not real. They're man-made. There's no reason we should listen to them. There's no reason they should tell me what I can or can't do. Reality check. People are told what they can and can't do every day of their lives.
I agree, yeah.
Laws, government, they exist. They tell you what you can't and can't do.
Yeah.
Laws, man-made. You know what? We still follow them. So genders, they're not man-made. They're scientific. They were already existing. We discovered them. We've proven that there's an XX chromosome and a XY chromosome. And that defines whether you're a male or a female. It exists in animals. It exists in us. There's no define that. Now, you want to define that and live in your imaginary world where none of that exists? Go ahead. But in reality, it doesn't work that way. No. And
it's
you
like
can't
these flat earthers, man.
You can't change reality to your convenience.
Yeah.
You want to live outside of reality? That's fine. That's cool. Go ahead.
It's like these flat earthers that live out there in that fucking dumb mentality. Yeah, the earth is flat. No, man. Fucking say that, bro. That's
exactly,
funny, bro.
You want to believe the earth is flat? Go ahead, believe the earth is flat. But the rest of us people that are following science, that have facts, if it ever gets realized that the earth is flat, we were wrong this whole time, we'll let you know. But up to now, there is absolutely no proof of anything like that ever happening and ever going to happen.
You got guys that think there's a dome over the freaking over the earth, man. I don't know what dumb thing is that.
But it's that one thing is
flat earth with a dome.
People want their opinions to become facts. So my opinion is there is no genders. There is no all this gender nonsense. So I want the entire rest of the world to bend to my will to say, yes, you're right, your opinion is now fact. I'm sorry. Opinions are opinions and facts are facts. The world doesn't bend to opinions. The world bends to facts.
Yeah.
That's the way the world, when the world realizes, hey, if you drink this soda, it gives you cancer. Oh, crap. I might not be drinking that soda anymore. Other people do it. Go ahead. That's fine. That's your problem. Yeah. But a lot of other people are like, hey, no. They're bending to the facts that maybe I shouldn't be doing this because a new fact was introduced that there's this chemical in this whatever.
Sure. That it's like all these vegans come out and say, no, we're vegans not because all these foods are processed this way or killing
animal cruelty. The biggest thing is animal cruelty.
Yeah.
And I understand.
It's sad. I don't like going to pick out a pig to get fucking slaughtered when I go have a fucking pig in my house. I went to it once, and it was the last time I went because I said I can't play God anymore. You know, man. When I was a little kid, I was able to go watch it happen because I wasn't choosing it.
Yeah.
But actually going and picking it out, it fucking bothered me, man. It made me think about my dog and what if I did that to my dog? I'd feel shitty.
Yes.
But we gotta eat.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we have to survive. We have to survive.
We have to. And then all these cows and all these pigs and all these deers and all of this, we're gonna overpopulate. So they have to be slaughtered for food.
Exactly. There needs to be population control.
Yeah.
On top of that, I completely agree. Animal cruelty is wrong. They should not be suffering. They should not be caged up and squeezed into these little small cages where the animal is suffering his entire life until the moment of death.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I completely agree with that. That's completely right. That's completely wrong. Any farm, any mega farms, all that stuff, I'm completely against. But at the same time, people eat animals. That's what animals were made for. That's the purpose of animals existing.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some animals that are more towards looked upon as food versus dogs that are not looked upon as food except for other countries like China. That's fine. That's a cultural difference. Everybody's not going to agree on everything. But the reality is, animal protein is needed to be consumed.
Yeah.
Vegans can be vegans and they can say that they're as healthy as ever and way healthier than other people. But you can't force everybody. It goes back to the same thing as the transgenders and everything else. You can't force everybody to bend to your will, to your opinion that being a vegan is healthier than being a non-vegan.
Everything's all in portion, man. You gotta eat on a proportional level.
Yes.
If you eat in a proportional level, I think you're gonna be healthier than anybody on this planet.
Yes.
Because if you do everything in proportions, you'll be fucking good. You'll be set for
life.
life.
If you eat a ton of red meat all day, in and out, every day, all day, you're probably gonna have some kind of health problem. If all you eat is
like,
grass,
almost like gonna have some health problem. Cause I love eating red meat, man. That shit's great.
But you don't eat it every day, do you?
If I could,
I mean, you don't eat chicken.
Meat, I try staying away from chicken. I try to stay away from chicken because meat is the man's fucking dinner.
I love eating steak.
I love it.
But I also balance my diet with other things. There's some days where I normally practice fasting. I fast a lot. There's other days where I'll eat more salad than I eat actual protein.
You get those days where your body's craving something else.
There's always different balances, but there's no 100% proof that being vegan is healthier than being non-vegan. Yes, animal cruelty sucks, but there's ways to kill an animal while making it humanely. Just the same way we kill people and it's a humane death, right? And everybody's okay with the death penalty. Well, not everybody's okay with the death penalty, but people that are okay, that have proven that it is a humane death, kill the person. We can kill animals in more humane ways. We can give them a great life, the time that they're living, and when it comes to the moment of death, give it a nice, peaceful death, and consume the animal and respect the animal for this sacrifice that has given up its life to feed our lives and to keep us going. But that is a circle of life. That's a circle of nature.
Some people can't go straight vegan, man, because some people need that protein.
Not just some people. Let's look at the animal kingdom, man. You're gonna convince a lion to be vegan?
Yeah, of course not.
Hey, you should just start eating grass all day.
It'll make you leaves off trees. Fucking more lean over when those fucking butterflies down.
They eat protein, right? They eat other animals. Why? To keep them alive.
Yeah.
So why is it any different
from the animals
when it comes to us that we can't eat animals?
Why can't we eat animals? Yeah.
We don't have to torture an animal to kill it. We don't have to give it horrible.
It's like hunters don't torture the animal. Hunters, what they do is they go out there, they look for their fucking food.
They give it the most fatal shot possible.
And they give it the most fatal shot possible right through the jugular. So like that, it's done.
The jugular, the head, the heart. Quick and easy, painless death.
Yeah. They don't make it suffer, man. They don't make it suffer. It's just we have to
It's the circle of
life. We have to feed ourselves. We have to feed our family. Because I'm not going to enforce my will onto my family because I like eating red meat. I'm not going to make my family eat red meat all the time just because I like it. Or let's say whenever I get married one day, my wife's a vegan or something, she can't make me a vegan because she wants it. No.
Exactly. That's the problem with there's been a lot of cases that have come up where parents are vegans or vegetarians or whatever, and then they have a kid, and the kid starts eating, and when it starts eating, they only want to feed it vegan food or vegetables because they're vegetarians, and they don't want to feed any protein, and then these kids end up getting sick because they're not getting a full balanced diet.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do? You're gonna start pumping your kid with a bunch of supplements to keep them.
And those supplements are just gonna damage your liver.
When then all these supplements are not 100% natural. You have to do lots of research to get the best supplements possible. When you can be giving them organic, grass-fed food, and they be getting all the nutrients that the body needs to survive. If later in life they want to become a vegan or something, that's their choice. Let them be their choice.
Why is it that we could go back to right now? We'll go back to the gender stuff. Why is it that families could keep their gender away from their baby and away from everybody, but yet they enforce them to be vegans or vegetarians?
Yeah.
Why is that okay, but we're able to just keep the gender away from everyone and keep the gender away from the baby?
Yeah. You can lie to them, but then
you enforce what you want onto them, and that's exactly what these parents are doing. They're enforcing the way they're thinking, because it's just the new generation. Mm-hmm. The way they're thinking is, man, so offended by everyone being a boy now. Everyone's boys. I'm gonna keep my boy, whatever he is. Actually, let's go with that. Whatever he is, or whatever it is, because he's male. But we'll go whatever it is, till he decides if it's a boy or a girl. You're putting that onto your boy or your daughter to decide whatever they want. No, man, you gotta let them be who they are.
What are you there for
It's
as
a
a
boy.
parent? What are you there
If
for
it's
as a
a
parent?
boy-
You're a parent to guide them to the most correct possible best life they can have. If they choose an alternate life, they want to choose, not that it's any worse.
Let them choose after.
Yeah, let them choose. You tell them, hey, you're a boy. This is how the way boys and men work, and this is how it all is. Oh, you're a homosexual. You're still a guy. Oh, you want to be a transgender now, or you become a transgender? You're now a homosexual. You're a transgender. Fine, go ahead. When you become 18, 21, whatever the legal age is in that state or country, you do what you gotta do to do what makes you happy. But in the meantime, you've already given them some guidance, some building blocks. But with no guidance, no nothing, everything is chaos.
Yeah.
Everything is chaos. Kids are growing up, not knowing what they are, just imagining mumbo jumbo. And it's like, what are you there for as a parent?
Yeah.
To feed them vegetables?
Feed them vegetables and let them get sick after.
Yeah. Make them. Let's not vaccine. I'm so
wow.
No vaccinations.
I don't understand that.
No vaccinations, no genders, and let's force them to be vegans.
Yeah.
Let's
give them the worst life possible. Let's just dig a 6 foot hole, so we could just bury them soon. Let's pop them out. Let's start the fucking digging process because I'm not gonna vaccinate them. I'm gonna feed them vegetables straight from the womb. Just give them straight vegetables, no protein, no nothing. And he's just gonna decide whatever he wants to be, whatever he wants to be.
Yeah, bro. A world of chaos. Where parents are not a guidance. They're just there existing, letting you do whatever you want, and forcing you to be a vegan. That's the only thing they care about. Forcing you to be a vegan. And the
moment somebody says, "Oh, that's a cute baby boy," they're gonna get offended.
Yeah, offended. Everybody's offended, bro. Everybody's offended.
That's the topic of this generation, man. I'm offended because of this. I'm offended because of that.
I'm
so offended because of everything. If you're a transgender and you're a freaking male going to female, and I don't know how to differentiate you, and I tell you, you're a male.
Yeah, bro.
They get offended.
Yeah, it's just like right now.
Are you talking to him like, hey, he's over there passing out. You better go take care of your friend. He's passing out. All their friends are gonna freak the fuck out and tell you, no, that's a fucking female. That's a female. You call her. Yeah. No, man. If I look at it as a he, that's the way I look at it. If that looks like a fucking man, his dick's hanging out of his fucking dress, passed out in the corner. That's a fucking male.
Yeah, man.
That's a he.
Let's go back to the offending thing. Everybody's getting offended. I lived up north where people are white. People are white.
Yeah.
And when they see me as Hispanic, people are like, "Are you Mexican?" Like, "Oh, you like eating tacos?"
I agree with you because I lived up north as well.
It's like me. I don't get offended. I just correct them. Look, I'm not a Mexican. I'm Cuban.
Yeah.
And no, I don't like eating tacos. Like, it's that simple. There's no reason to get offended. There's no reason. Oh, this guy called me a Mexican. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a trash. You're a garbage. How do you not know that I'm Cuban? First of all, the guy's not a mind reader.
Yeah.
Like, look. Oh, he said I'm Mexican. Whatever. Totally if he's a racist or whatever, that's his problem.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get offended. I'm not gonna get butthurt because he called me a Mexican or he asked me, "Hey, you're a Mexican?" Or he called me, "Hey, you a Mexican?" Hey, look, I'm not a Mexican, bro. Yeah. Relax and just stand your ground. There's no reason to get offended and butthurt. Yeah. Oh, he called me a Mexican. He's trash. He's garbage. Oh, he's that. Let's all take a chill pill here.
Relax. Let's all take a fucking step back. It's not a cartoon world where it's not a cartoon world, man. It's not a cartoon world where we think it's the way it is. That's not the way it is, man. It's life.
Yeah.
Shit goes. It's like when I lived in Tennessee. Everyone thought I was Mexican, but I told them, bro, I was born in the United States. I'm American. I am American. You're calling just because my skin is a little different from yours. I'm a little darker than you.
Yeah, bro, you're white.
Yeah, I'm white.
You're pretty white.
I'm pretty white, yeah. And I'm a little tan, but I had my teammates tell me I'm Mexican. I'm like, no, man. I was born in the United States. So what does that make me? An American. Yeah, my parents are from Honduras and from Cuba, but I was born in the United States. What does that make me? American. I'm American before I'm Cuban. I'm American before I'm Honduran.
Yeah.
I am American. I love the American flag. I love the American people. But don't, you gotta confuse. It's not gonna offend me. I'll correct you. I'll tell you, no, man, I'm not Mexican. I am Hispanic, but I am American.
Exactly.
I am a Hispanic American fucking human being. So please just say, if you're gonna say something, say I'm American.
Yeah, there's no reason to be so afraid that everybody needs to be so politically correct, because if not, oh my god, I'm gonna offend somebody, or I'm gonna get offended. What are you talking about, man? We're all human here.
It's all
let's all just
people don't know who you are, bro.
Yeah, man, you can't walk into a room and expect everybody to know where I'm from, if I'm a he or if I'm a she, if I'd rather be called they or we or whatever pronoun.
Fucking
it's
whatever.
like, how do you expect these people to know these things? And then get offended when they don't?
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want? People are not mind readers.
No, man.
People
you gotta understand.
You have to understand that. You have such a soft skin that everything gets blown out of proportion.
Because you have to conform to what they want. That's this life. That's this generation. We have to conform to what these new generation of
to
kids,
the opinions
of these people. No, it's facts, bro. It's facts.
Yeah.
Just live by facts and you'll be fine. Don't go off of opinion, because everyone has an opinion. Like, they have an asshole. It's a fucking same fucking thing.
Exactly.
You know, like, guys, just don't be so soft. Grow a little thicker skin. They sell second skin. If you want to look at it, it's a blue thing. You can put it on and makes your skin a little bit stronger.
Oh man, it's really. I hate all this political correctness.
I hate it too, man.
I can't stand it, man. It's
because you go out and you say something wrong.
It builds this really fake layer. Every time you interact with somebody, you gotta be so appropriate. You gotta be I can't, oh my god, let me think 3 times before I speak, because I might offend somebody that's nearby.
Well, we could even
come on, man.
with the whole Me Too movement, men are scared of being one-on-one with women in a professional setting because they're scared of what they're gonna say to the female.
Dude, professional, social, anywhere.
Yeah, anything.
Anywhere you're with somebody.
As soon as they find out that you got something going on for your life, that you're gonna make a shit ton of money, they're either gonna come attack you for some money, or they're gonna throw you under the bus to get rid of all your fucking hard work.
They make wild accusations, whether they're true or not. They have zero evidence of it. Yeah. They wait,
30 fucking plus years.
10, 20 years to say something?
Some of them are 30 plus years, man.
They just throw an accusation. Hey, Randy sexually assaulted me 10 years ago. And then Randy's career gets instantly destroyed. His company fires him. If he's an actor, he gets kicked off shows. If he's an athlete, he gets kicked off his team, loses his contracts, everything, just because I made an accusation. There's no proof what I'm saying is true. There's whether it happened or not, there is no proof. The law and the court has not found this person guilty yet, but they're instantly guilty in the eyes of every social person and every company out there, and ruin this guy's life. So what the hell happened to the social system of being innocent to proven guilty? Now it's now guilty to proven innocent.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Bro, you cannot go out there and say something to anybody because everyone gets so offended.
You can't do anything. You gotta be careful when you're on a date, bro.
I understand sexual harassment's a big thing.
It happens. It definitely happens. And the females that it happens to have all the right to speak up, make their case heard.
But give me proof.
But
give me proof that it's happened.
Have proof. If it does happen, don't wait 20 years.
Don't wait 20 years. Because I'm not going to remember what I said 20 years ago. I barely remember what I say fucking 2 days ago, man.
I'm not going to remember where the hell I was 20 years ago, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Where were you 20 years ago?
Oh, you're at a party when you're 17 years old and you sexually raped this girl or you did this.
Yeah, now you're 50 years old.
Now you're 50 years old and you're telling me this? Was I really there at that party? Like, put it this, I have a teammate. I would say he falls into this Me Too movement. When we were in high school, this gentleman had all the talent in the world, doing 96 miles an hour. Was a fucking beast. This girl said she fucking raped him in the fucking boys' bathroom at school. It all ended up being just a false accusation. But his whole career, his whole life went down the drain. He became a fucking bum after that.
There's no coming back.
He has nothing. He stopped playing baseball because nobody wanted that whole business behind that on their team.
Exactly.
You know, it happens where people are falsely accused and you ruin somebody's life.
There needs to be some type of punishment for false accusations.
Of course, you gotta serve
for false accusations.
You gotta serve at least the amount of time that you're fucking saying. Okay, if you're saying from 30 years ago, this is what you're gonna bring up. You're gonna serve 30 years because it happened 30 years ago, or if it happened 10 years ago. You're gonna serve 10 years because you're bringing stuff without evidence from 10 years ago, without evidence,
and you're destroying,
with no proof, and you're destroying a guy's whole entire life.
You're destroying somebody's entire life. Their life is never the same after that.
Yeah.
All from one wild, crazy accusation, so that you can get a settlement check. I'm not saying that rape and sexual harassment doesn't happen. It does happen, and when it does happen, females do need to speak up, or males, because it happens to males too. They need to speak up and make their case. But as soon as possible, with all the evidence possible.
If you want to wait a month, go ahead, wait a month.
With all the evidence possible.
But you gotta speak up. You have to do it because it's not right destroying a gentleman's life because you wanted to wait 30 plus years.
Because they have.
Then the case gets dropped because it's been 30 years and nobody has fucking a clue.
But
yet his whole career is put to shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's put to shit.
On the word of the mouth of somebody that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It is completely destroyed.
Yeah. If you don't have a certain amount of women out there that are going to support you with the same accusation that this same gentleman did it, if you don't have at least 5 to 10 women saying, yeah, he did do that, and it's been consecutively.
Yeah. Some proof.
If it happens to 10 women in a consecutive state, that it's been happening, it's repetitive, and this guy keeps on doing it.
Somebody will come up, somebody knows this guy, they're like, hey man, I might not have any proof, but I know him, and I know he has a way with girls, and he does get, grabby, and he does get, aggressive and he might have actually done that. I do believe that he might have actually done it. Then you can make a case. But these wild accusations, and then the best way is, the worst thing is, all right, you are guilty. Let's say that you were guilty of some type of sexual harassment, and somebody comes up and accuses you of it. Okay, that's fine. You go to court, you deal with it. But in the meantime, your life should not be destroyed from this accusation.
It should all be your career.
Your career should continue. Your career should continue. Everything should continue.
Once you're proven guilty,
exactly.
Then I completely agree. Destroy this man's life.
Exactly.
But do not destroy his life before he's found guilty or innocent. Because if he's innocent, what goes on with his life?
And what happens to the people? What happens to the people that bring up a wild accusation, right? You get found guilty. There's no evidence, but it's just he.
They get praised, bro. They get praised.
No. Listen. Right now, as an example, I get accused of sexual harassment. There's no proof. It happened 20 years ago, but I get found guilty. The jury finds me guilty that this happened, right? But I really didn't do it. I get sent to jail. What happens to rapists in jail? They get their ass beat. They get raped and killed.
Yeah.
What is this girl? There's no penalty for this girl's lies.
No.
What happens when we find this girl what happens when the reverse happens? We find out that the female lied.
Yeah.
She is lying about this.
There's a case out there
that
I just saw this morning. A football player was nationally ranked in a high school player, man. His whole football career got destroyed. This guy was a 5-star recruit, going to all these schools, getting recruited by all these schools. Then to him being innocent from a rape case. Now, what happens to that female that destroyed this kid's life? He served time. He was found innocent, and now his whole career is gone to shit. He can't go to college. He can't play football. He'll never make it professionally in the professional career. He's all done.
There's no coming back, and there's nothing to compensate this guy for destroying his life.
You can't.
And there's no punishment for the female or male that lied and destroyed this other person's life.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no consequences.
You can't really go off of anything like that, man.
There's no consequences.
It's like this whole Antonio Brown allegation with this female. This girl got married not too long ago, but she was asking him before the lawsuit became publicly. She asked for $2 million
just to settle. Oh, let's keep it under the wraps.
How suspect is that, man?
Let's keep it under the wraps. Just give me $2 million and I'll shut up.
How suspect is that?
Give me $2 million and I'll shut up.
Oh,
and then there's plenty of pictures on their social media because it was found out that she scrubbed her social media of any pictures that she had of the guy.
Now Antonio Brown lost his
and then
Nike contract. He got released by the Pats. He's in a downward spiral again. I understand he's a lot of drama behind this guy with the whole Steelers thing, with the whole Raiders thing, and now this accusation that just spiraled out of control and destroyed this guy's career most likely. He's saying he wants to retire from football. He's not going to play football again. And this is one of the greatest wide receivers in our generation right now that's threatening to not play football anymore
because back to what we've been talking about. These guys. He hasn't been found guilty yet. The Patriots already released him.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty, right? Why are we acting like it's guilty until proven innocent? Right? They found pictures of them working out together. They were gym partners. Antonio Brown and this girl.
Let me know. How are you going to know somebody masturbating right behind their back?
Yeah. This guy ejaculates on her back multiple times. Yo, why did you let that happen multiple times? After the first time, right there,
call the fucking cops.
Right there and then, when the cum is still on your neck,
call the cops. Bro.
Call the cops. Hey, look, this just happened.
And don't dry it off. Leave it on there, yo. Call the cops or get somebody. Yo, take a picture of this. I'm calling the fucking cops.
We were at the gym. We were whatever, and this guy just did this to me.
Oh, where were they? Honestly, where were they?
None of that. Yeah, where were they? So private with this guy was
could fucking jack off right behind her without her knowing.
Yes, without her knowing. Because how long this guy ejaculated in 2 seconds, bro?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it didn't take. It doesn't.
No, man, it takes a while to get to that point, bro.
So this girl's completely unaware, and this guy does that on her back multiple times. She never reports it. Waits multiple years, and then he did this.
Yeah. Just for everything to get dropped and her not to get a fucking dime.
And between the time that all those things happened, and now there was pictures of them being gym partners, and all this crap, hanging out together, high fiving each other. All these pictures. Also, you kept up a social life with this guy, even though after what he did to you.
And he forcibly raped you after too. Like, come on. Like, how do you come up with all these accusations?
It's all about a quick paycheck, bro.
Yeah. She got married to this guy, to somebody. Like not too long ago, like a few weeks ago, a week ago, or 2 weeks ago.
She's been having that relationship with that guy the whole time.
What's it to say that her husband is saying, "Hey, babe, you worked out with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's getting $9 million from the Patriots. Why don't you get 2? You say this. Everybody's doing it. You could possibly get something."
There's no consequences. That goes back to the no consequences. Yeah. If they said, "Hey, if it was true, let's follow up on it." But if it wasn't true, they're like, "I don't think we're gonna risk it because if they find out we're lying, we're gonna get hit with the hammer of law, and we're gonna get screwed." Yeah. So they wouldn't do it, but there's no consequences.
There's no consequences.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, just come up with whatever story you want. Throw it out there.
There has to be consequences.
I want a settlement check. Give me a settlement check of $2 million. We'll drop this right now.
Because it came out in an article. She asked for $2 million.
As a settlement.
You guys can search this up. She asked for $2 million for a settlement before the lawsuit came out.
Yeah. Before it was publicly known, she wanted a settlement. Let's keep it quiet. Just give me $2 million and we'll shut up.
Why would she want to keep that quiet? If you really want to kill somebody's career, just throw it out there.
Yeah.
You don't do it for money.
If you're not doing it for the money, make it public.
Make it public. From the beginning, from day one.
When it's true, with evidence. No, this guy did that 5 years ago, but I'm coming up with it now because now he's a famous football player and he's making lots of money.
Yeah.
The minute he goes to the gym, this guy just did this. Post it everywhere you know.
Put him on blast. That's the reason why men are scared of hanging out with women. Because anything can fucking happen.
Anything
Especially,
can happen.
One thing I was always told about when I played baseball. Be careful when you're around women, because they're going to come out with those rape allegations. Always. I've never fallen a victim to that, but I've seen teammates that fall into that, man. And it's a true thing with athletes. You got to worry about every cheerleader, every dancer, every girl, because all they want is some quick money.
Of course. They know you're an upcoming athlete.
To fuck you up.
And
they do it when you're in high school. They do it when you're in college. When you're broke.
When you're broke.
And they destroy your career before it even takes off. And they're not going to get anything. What are they going to get? A fucking...
Because they know
you're going to get a toothbrush,
They know you have something to lose, so they're gonna threaten you with it so that you pay up.
Yeah, and all they want is, okay, I'm gonna come out with this, but if you don't give me the money as soon as you get drafted, I'm gonna come up with this shit and I'm gonna fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly.
I don't agree with that shit, man.
It's messed up, man. It's messed up that people's lives are being ruined based off just wordplay.
Yeah.
Just wordplay. Just throw it out there.
What's this guy's name from the ranch? Rooster's real name?
Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson. He got accused.
Instantly kicked off the show.
And instantly kicked off the show with a great show. It's a great show, man. I started watching it. And it's a great fucking show. And he is a great character, man.
Not the same without him.
He is a great character with him. And I still haven't gotten to where when he gets kicked out yet. I'm waiting on that part because I know it's gonna come. But they threw him out with no proof.
Just accusations.
Just accusations, man.
House of Cards. Kevin Spacey. Same thing. An accusation came up of when he was in his
career.
Early
Destroyed a great show.
Or whatever. Just kicked him off on the last season and destroyed the entire show.
Like that.
Just off an accusation. Instantly off the show. From the accusation comes out today, tomorrow
and
the
it
show's
ended up being that
gone.
the fucking guy was changing his story around.
Because it happened 20, 30 years ago. Nobody remembers what really happened.
Yeah.
Memory is not concrete. Memory changes. Memory is not 100% evidence that something happened.
It fucking happened.
Because you have a dream right now, you wake up, and later in that day, that dream was something different.
Yeah, or who's to say that fucking guy just dreamt it? Because sometimes we have those fucking real ass dreams that we think it's real.
Memories, man. Memories themselves.
This fucking happened.
You remember, hey man, when we were 10 years old or when we were 15 years old, remember when we were doing this and we were out, you're like, hey bro, I wasn't even there. Of course you were there, bro. Yeah, you were there. Look, it was you, me, Fulano, Pepito, Pepita. We're all there. Yo, dude, I wasn't there.
You're thinking about the wrong one.
You're thinking about the wrong guy. It was somebody else. And then either this guy that was there doesn't realize, oh man, this guy really wasn't there. He cannot remember whether you were there or not.
Yeah.
Only you remember that you weren't actually there.
Yeah.
I was not part of that event at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this guy believes 100% that you were there.
Yeah.
This is because memory is not concrete. Yeah. Memory is not concrete.
Even the whole Caveman case, man. The whole Caveman case. He was being accused from 30 years ago at a fucking party when he was 17, bro.
Oh, why? Because right when he was
getting to the Supreme Court, man.
Yeah, right when he was running for something important. Oh, we can't let this guy win. Let's destroy his life. Let's throw something in there.
Even though, thank you, but Donald Trump kind of saved his fucking life. Because that's the only man that can save somebody's life right now, man. He saved them and he said, no, you gotta get the FBI in there.
Yeah, do
you gotta do a true investigation because what can you prove to me? What proof does she have that he was actually the one doing that?
Exactly.
You know?
And you're gonna destroy this guy's entire career right when he's about to run for a very big thing in Congress. I mean in the justice system, just because this person comes out here, throws everything out of whack because sure, why not? For shit and giggles.
They try to destroy this guy's life. It didn't happen. They're trying to do it
again. Same thing.
With a frat brother that said, yeah, I saw him put his cock on the girl's hand, and he wrote it in a book, but you cannot...
No, not just that. The other frat members grabbed his dick and put his dick on her. They were doing it for him. So, weren't they sexually harassing him?
Yeah, weren't they sexually harassing him?
That's what that sounds like to me. If somebody else, without my permission, grabs my cock and puts it on somebody, puts it on a girl, puts it on a guy, whatever.
Or who's to say he wasn't intoxicated to the point where he couldn't even fucking do it himself?
Exactly. It's sexual harassment towards him.
Yeah.
Not just towards the girl. He's not sexual. Those people that are manipulating the situation are the people sexually harassing.
Yeah.
Because they're forcing somebody that might not have been coherent at the moment to put their penis on another girl.
Yeah.
That girl was probably not coherent enough to stop it.
But you can't believe everything that's in a book. You can't believe everything that goes on TV.
With no proof, no evidence.
With no proof, no evidence.
You can't believe it just because
somebody said it, man. You have to just find proof. You have to find evidence of that actually happening.
Exactly.
It's such a...
Dude, it's wild. It's wild that people's opinions are becoming fact in this world.
Yeah.
They're just becoming fact. Whatever they say,
anything you can say
true.
is...
Whatever they say is true. If I say no genders are not real, you gotta take me on that. And you can't...
It's like how you're explaining to me about the red flag states.
Yes.
Like the red flags that you're explaining to me, you could take
red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag laws. Just say, hey, my neighbor's unstable. He has guns. Go take him. Cops show up. Hey, give me my stuff. Give me your stuff. We're taking them away. We have no proof of what your neighbor said, that you're mentally unstable or that you've been doing anything to threaten any other neighbor. But we're going to take it away because from now on, everything is about guilty until proven innocent. It's no longer innocent until proven guilty. And people don't notice that this is happening in everyday life.
It's just sad, man. It's sad that nobody could just really open their eyes and see what's actually going on.
Opinions are facts. No evidence is needed to be found accused of anything.
Yeah.
And you can't argue people on their opinion. If you argue with them on their opinion, you're a disgusting pig.
Like it's crazy.
If you don't agree with somebody, you're a disgusting pig.
Disgusting,
I don't want to date transgender women. You know, men that became women. I'm a disgusting pig. Why? I have a certain type that I like, but I don't like transgender women.
Yeah.
Why am I forced to like?
Why am I forced to like something that I don't like? You know. Just stop forcing people to do things.
I don't want to be a vegan. You're a disgusting animal.
It's like I have a bunch of friends that are vegans.
That's cool.
I tell them, yo, that's cool. I fucking order big, fat, bloody fucking burgers when I'm with them. Because you're not going to stop me from eating what I like to eat.
Exactly.
Never going to happen. You know, I went out to a bar once and I saw these girls. They asked me, oh, they're beautiful girls. They asked me to sit down. But they asked if they could sit down with us. And I said, go right ahead, sit down. Started talking to her. First thing that comes out of her mouth is, I'm vegan.
Cool.
First thing I did was call my fucking waiter over. Can I get this burger? Rare. Make that shit bloody as shit. I brought that thing out. Bloody as it could be. First bite, all the juices came out. She looked at me with disgust. And I looked at her like, you don't gotta disclose. I don't know who you are. Do not tell me, because the first thing I'm gonna do is hurt your fucking feelings.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I'm gonna hurt your feelings if you tell me that. If you tell me
like,
you're a vegan,
I don't care.
Too bad I was at the ale house and they don't have good steaks, but I got a burger instead. You know,
yeah, bro. It's just people want to control other people's lives, and unfortunately, this country was founded on the main principle of freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom, but yet they want to take freedom away from everything. They want to take the freedom of your innocence until you're proven guilty. They want to take the freedom of your freedom of speech, of your life. You can just accuse somebody and destroy their entire life.
Take the freedom of your Second Amendment.
Their freedom is completely taken away on the words that I said of this person. They want to take away the Second Amendment from people because, he's mentally unstable, take his guns away. Yeah. Completely shut out his rights to defend himself just because I said.
What if he's mentally stable?
Because I said he's mentally unstable.
Like, he's able to. He's mentally stable. Like, he's sane. Like.
It's all about
not insane. He's sane. Like, this guy is.
No evidence. No evidence is required. People's opinions are more important than the facts of the world, and it's just the world is going into chaos with this kind of thinking, with this kind of always have to be politically correct, can't offend anybody because you can't tell people how it truly is.
The family needs to intervene, man. The family needs to intervene and try to get everything back in order to how it used to be.
Exactly.
Because those people blew my mind on that fucking documentary, man. Blew my mind.
Dude, it's crazy, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, what I saw yesterday, it's literally the family runs the United States. They run the United States. They run the world. They have a footprint.
For everybody that doesn't know what that is, The Family is a documentary on Netflix explaining. They also go by the name of The Fellowship, explaining how this fraternity of Jesus followers, because they're not Christians, they follow a smaller Bible of just Jesus, created by, what was the guy's name? David or Doug? Doug Coe. And they manipulate and control.
And the Jesus that they look for, the Jesus that they look up to is a manly Jesus that they say Jesus will go to war, he will play professional football. He's just a manly's man.
Yeah,
he's not the soft guy that we all think. No, they say he is a manly man. He's everything's man. He's a man. He's a true man.
He's not the God that you see in your Christian Bibles. He's a God that loves to use imperfect vessels to carry tasks that all have to do with government relationships. The whole existence and purpose of the family is to infiltrate the government and pretty much push them in a direction that is beneficial to the family. They get in congressmen, senators, representatives, presidents, and they manipulate these people to, you're one of us now, so whatever you do, if one of them commits rape, they all cover it up for each other. They all have friends in high places, and that's how they all cover it up for each other. And that's a big problem.
That is a big problem.
That's a big problem.
Problem.
These people are committing
Covering
actual
up.
crimes,
Yeah.
and just because we're all part of this big fellowship, we're all gonna cover it up for you.
Yeah, because they got no judgment on you, man.
Yeah.
You could be a pedo.
You can't judge a brother.
You could be a pedo, but yet you can't judge them for his actions.
You can't judge them because Jesus picks the imperfect vessel for his stuff, and that's not what the Bible teaches.
No,
that's not what the Bible teaches. They manipulated what they wanted, picked certain books and certain stories to put their message out there.
Everything.
But it's not the true Bible, and it goes back to, in that documentary, it shows how the National Prayer Breakfast in the United States is not actually funded by the United States, because the United States,
it was actually funded by Doug Coe.
By Doug Coe and the Fellowship, the family, because
the
government cannot legally, I can't remember what the word is, but they legally can't pick one religion over another.
Yeah.
So they can't say we're Christians and sponsor a Christian event, because that's picking Christians over, let's say, Muslims or Catholics or something else.
In one of the episodes of the documentary, they actually went and met Gaddafi.
But before we even get there, let's just go back to the National Prayer Breakfast for a moment. The National Prayer, in the name, it says National Prayer Breakfast. All these Congress people show up. The president, every president shows up.
Yeah, every president.
And you think, this is an event.
Everyone.
This is an event sponsored by the government. Boosting Christianity, even though legally they cannot do that.
Yeah.
That's why the event is sponsored and held by the Fellowship, the family, and Doug Coe, and these people show up. All these important people from around the world show up to this event, and they're making deals, man. They're making deals on this event floor. They're covering it up as this national prayer thing. It's all about Jesus. It's all about praying, but it's not. It's about business. Yeah. It's about getting influence into another country, into another place with another person that's higher up, bringing them in and making business. And we don't know what kind of business is happening there. We're not talking about legal businesses. We're not talking about legal events happening between different countries. We're talking about behind the scenes things that are probably most likely not legal, things that shouldn't be happening.
Well, we'll go to the Gaddafi right now. There is a 716 or whatever airplane it was that was shot down by 2 terrorists in Libya. And these 2 guys from the Fellowship went to Libya, met up with one of his underlings, the ones before you meet him, and he was Gaddafi was super upset, the guy was super upset. The first thing the 2 people from the Fellowship said, "We are sorry about Gaddafi's daughter's death," changed his whole thinking about these 2. He relayed that message over to Gaddafi, and Gaddafi changed completely. And he relayed another message to this underling and told him, "Tell them in 10 days they're gonna get good news." They went over and met with Gaddafi, spoke to Gaddafi, and they released the 2 terrorists that they've been hiding away forever, and released them to the United States. It's these 2 guys from the Fellowship that's going out there and talking, because we can't, as the United States, our senators and nobody could go out there.
But they did it.
But they did it. But the Fellowship did it.
I can't remember the guy's name of what the senator was. That was in the documentary. That he went and spoke with Gaddafi personally. But he went there on the terms of, I'm just here to talk about Jesus. I'm just here.
I think it was Inhofe.
I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name. If you guys watch the documentary, you know what we're talking about. Basically, this guy went over there and, as a senator, spoke with Gaddafi directly, made business with him under the cover of, we're just talking about Jesus. We're just here to pray.
But they're conducting business.
It's illegal. As a senator, you can, once you're a senator of the United States or a representative, whatever, once you're a congressperson and you go anywhere, wherever you go, you are representing the United States of America because you are part of its government.
Yeah.
You're representing it. You can't go to somewhere else like that to go speak to Gaddafi and say, no, today I'm not a senator. I'm not representing the United States interest here. I'm just a regular guy.
I'm a Christian gentleman talking about Jesus.
No, it doesn't work that way. That's not the way politics works. That's not the way the law works.
I think it was in Africa. They met up with the African dictator.
Yes.
What they defined as the worst dictator ever to rule.
Yes. Yes.
And they went over there
and they went under the cover of
fellowship, pray for you and pray for your people. But what they were doing was conducting business on gun trades and on everything.
On all kinds of illegal activities. And on top of all these illegal activities, how is that getting funded? By the government. The government itself is funding the flight of these senators across the world to go deal with these other leaders of dictatorships that are doing horrible things.
The whole Soviet Union fucking fell apart.
It's all under the cover of,
and the fellowship had a foot in it.
We're just here talking about Jesus. We're not senators. Of course you're senators. You're senators from the day you're sworn in to the day you're out. You're always a senator.
Yeah. Yeah. The Soviet Union, with how they fell apart, the fellowship had a foot in it. They went over there speaking about God. I understand all these people were fanatics about the United States. And the moment they mentioned God, they were like, "What is Jesus? What is Jesus?" That's what their question was. One of the Russian guys was saying, "What is Jesus?" And then once they started talking about it, everything started clicking together over there. And right now, they have their own chapter, practically in every part of the world.
Yes, but people need to wake up to what's happening in the government, man.
Yeah.
Lots of things are happening behind the scenes that people are not aware of. This Doug Cole guy has met with almost every president since
Eisenhower.
Was it since Eisenhower?
It was Eisenhower.
Since Eisenhower. How crazy is that? How crazy? This guy's a nobody. This guy's just a church guy, right?
Nobody had no college education. He just followed Jesus.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
It's a cult, and it's infiltrated the government.
Well, what they like to say that they love to use the phrase Nazis. They would love to be like the Nazis because they were powerful.
It is structured after the Nazi regime.
Yes.
Doug Cole used the regime that they used of loyalty to death, and the power structure that they had.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want to rebuild
They actually used one of the guys.
This structure, but under the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
With loyalty till death, with cover-ups, with whatever we need to build this power structure, get people with a lot of power and influence in here, and everybody has a loyalty to each other, and create this structure all over again.
They used one of Hitler's generals.
The government.
They used one of Hitler's generals to show the power that the fellowship has. They changed his whole mindset. I don't know what they did to him. They might have brainwashed him. They did something, but they changed his whole mindset. Or even they just told him, look, we're just like you, but we don't kill people. We're invisible.
Yeah. It was all about staying hidden. Staying behind the scenes.
And it's crazy how they brainwashed that fucking general, that Nazi general, that was one of the most feared and just horrible person.
And they accepted him.
And right now he got out of prison and was going on trips with them, doing things.
Doing these events.
And
then all these people, and the people in there are all government people. They're all Congress people. They're all. They
pay $600 to live on C Street, man. $600 a month to live on C Street, where rent there alone is almost $2,000 for a fucking house.
Yeah, dude, for a small apartment.
$2,000. They're paying $600.
Yeah, to live inside of the.
And in Virginia, they pay $400 there.
And they weren't even paying taxes. They fall under a church.
Yeah, but they don't even pay fucking taxes, man. That's.
Bro, and they've infiltrated the government to think and make them think.
Invisibility, man.
To their will. They've bent the government to their will. And they are in behind the scenes. David Cole has always tried to stay behind the scenes, but you catch him in all the pictures and all the national prayer breakfasts.
All these presidents talking to him.
You're thinking.
Before he died, he even got the chance to speak to Trump, man.
Yes. He convinced
He challenged Trump
to go to the national
prayer. Yeah, he challenged him.
Trump was not gonna do it. He was not gonna show up there. He wasn't gonna do that event, and he told them, I don't know what they spoke about, but he convinced them that hey, you've got to be there. You've got to do this, and whatever the guy said, it convinced them.
Yeah.
It convinced them to be there. And another perfect example of a guy that did this was, what's his name? The guy that he basically created the FBI. Something Hoover. Can't remember his name. Something Hoover, man. Whatever. Hoover. People know what they're talking about. Search up FBI, one of the FBI founders, whatever, last name Hoover. There's a whole documentary about him. There's a movie played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's played by Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie in Netflix. I can't remember his first name. I just know his last name is Hoover. This guy pretty much founded the FBI. He pushed for massive surveillance to build profiles on people. We're talking about back in the day. Yeah. Back in the day, this guy was before forensic science was even a thing. This guy was using this stuff and created the department of the FBI that was 2 or 3 people, bro. 2 or 3 people. But they started to solve these hardcore cases, and they started to grow and grow and grow. And he pushed for massive surveillance, to building profiles on people, to racial bias, all these kind of things. And the best part was that once the FBI became so big, what he would do is he would get dirt on whatever standing president or whoever was running to become president, right? Yeah. So when JFK became president, he already had been doing this for a while. He's already an old man by that time. By the time he became, this was his practice. New president comes onto board, he would go visit him, make an appointment with him. Mr. President, here I am. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is my goals on what we should do as a government. Oh, you're not on board? Here's a file of your wife cheating on you, and here's another a file of you cheating on your wife, or you being some type of hidden homosexual, or whatever, some type of scandal, right? And you don't want this to get out. You just got elected as president, and we don't want anything. We don't want your wife to find out about this.
We just want you to follow
he would blackmail.
Be our puppet.
He would blackmail presidents into falling in line with his viewpoints on how the government should run on certain things, and to get the permission from the president to do whatever it is that he wanted to do with his department.
Who's to say Doug Cole didn't do none of that?
Exactly. If this guy that ran the FBI to the day he died, dude, this guy did not stop running the FBI until the day he died. And he was a hidden homosexual his entire life.
Oh, shit.
He was a hidden homosexual
that's
his entire life. He
blackmailing people.
He blackmailed countless presidents his entire lifetime to do what he wanted and control the government to be under his viewpoint, and to allow him to do what he wanted as FBI director. Who's to say that Doug Cole was not doing the same thing, the same kind of deals in the background? Hey, we found this out about you. You better fall in line with us and allow us to do this and that. And we have our followers in the government. They'll be watching.
Yeah.
They gotta. That's just.
People need to become aware of what's happening in the government. There's so much information out there, so many documentaries, so many things. Man, they're putting it on Netflix, man. Yeah. Netflix, where anybody can see it. It's not hidden away somewhere. It's Netflix. It's out there in your face, and people are still too blind to see the truth.
To understand that this is what happens. This actually happens. Like all conspiracies, it all happens.
All conspiracy theorists have been declared to be terrorists, domestic terrorists. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a domestic terrorist. Yeah. Because you don't fall in line. This was an article released. I wish I could pull it up right now. An article released by, I can't remember who released the article, but it was an FBI article. The FBI has declared that if you're a conspiracy theorist, you are labeled as, domestic terrorist. And there's domestic conspiracy theorist was created by, I can't remember if it was the FBI or the CIA. I think it was the CIA. By the CIA, They were that term was created by them to what's the word, debunk or what's the word? That's not the word. To discredit. That's the word. To discredit people that had valid information and were trying to prove a point. And they're like, "You're a conspiracy theorist."
Yeah.
You're instantly has a negative connotation. You think negatively. You think crazy. You're thinking about this crazy stuff out here. All these imaginary stories. That's not true.
Like that
things are happening over here.
You gotta be realistic. It doesn't happen.
You're a conspiracy theorist. Oh man, you're crazy. You think about crazy stuff. You tell anybody I'm a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're thinking about crazy stuff out there. You're not right in your head. And that was created by them to discredit people with valid information.
It's true.
How crazy is that?
That is true, man.
How crazy is that?
That is true.
All right, man. So I think we should just wrap it up for today.
We're sponsored by the Checker Butterfly, done by George Ox. We're done for the day.
That's it. Catch you guys next time.